Good afternoon everyone, welcome to RC Racing TV. We are here in a very, very sunny, it sounds odd to say very, very sunny, United Kingdom for the practice day at the moment of the two-wheel drive 1/10 electric buggy European Championships. We are here thanks to Team Orion and Team Durango and the DEX 210. So this is the practice round at the moment that we've got going on. And we are... Where are we? We are in group number 4 of this 5th round of practice. It's the 5th round they're having. We've got 13 groups to work through in our practice rounds today. Today it's all about practice here in our two-wheel drive class. The driver's learning the track here. It's been quite windy so far today, but drivers getting up to speed. The track is definitely gripping up as the rounds go on, and as we get through this later round of practice, we'll start picking out some drivers to watch. But I guess we'll kick off by talking briefly about the facility we've got here at the Robin Hood Raceway, and hopefully Nathan, who's up on the camera, can pan out a little bit and we can have a look around the whole track area. So we've got a fantastic track here. So Nathan, if you want to pan out a bit for me. So we can see we've got a fantastically sized track for 1/10 scale racing. A lovely driver stand on the left hand side where everyone can see the track from nice and clearly. Grandstands on the right, and behind the grandstands we've got a big marquee where everyone is pitting in, and we'll hopefully wander around the marquee later on. And as we go through the event, we'll kind of get more and more involved with the different things that are part of this event. And for some reason, I just know that Nathan can't actually hear me up there, and I don't quite know why. But Paul's hopefully going to run up and fix that, so our cameraman can hear what I'm actually talking about, so we can make sure we're filming the right stuff. We've got about a minute to go anyway in this group. This is group number 4, as I said, of the 5th round of practice. Who's being fast so far? Well, it's probably the names you'd expect to see up the top there. Neil Craig, Lee Martin are the pace setters from the early rounds. Neil Craig is the fastest over a single lap so far. Lee Martin been challenging him as well. So 2 British drivers. You would say then that the Brits have a bit of advantage. Is this a local track for them? Well, it is a very popular track, but we don't actually do an awful lot of racing on this dirt surface here in the UK. It's a lot more racing. They've actually got an AstroTurf track as well, which is behind the other marquee you can see at the back of the track from where our camera position is. They've got an AstroTurf track there, and that's where they actually hold things like the UK Nationals rather than on this dirt track here. So drivers not actually doing that much racing on this dirt surface. So any of the results from this weekend are just purely down to the drivers maybe attended the warm-up race earlier in the year, or some good results they've got anyway through the practice and qualifying they can pick up today and tomorrow. So to talk you through I guess the timetable for the rest of the week, because it is a week-long event, 6 days of action here at Robin Hood Raceway. Today is Monday, and that is basically two-wheel drive practice day. We've got a whole day of practice. Tomorrow, Tuesday, we move into two-wheel drive qualifying. We start off though with a bit more of control practice, and that will be used to set the start order for qualifying. Then we've got 3 full rounds of qualifying on Tuesday, basically kicking off about lunchtime, takes us all the way through Tuesday afternoon. Wednesday rounds out the two-wheel drive day, and some might say that's the most important day of the whole week really, two-wheel drive being the preferred class of a number of the guys here, and that kicks off with the final 2 rounds of qualifying in the morning and then the finals in the afternoon, and we've got 3 legs for the A final. So it'll be 3 legs of the A final, which start around about 2 o'clock local time here on Wednesday. Then Thursday we switch over to 4-wheel drive. The buggies will get faster, the grip will come up, the crashes will get bigger as well, and Thursday will be our 4-wheel drive practice day. Friday is going to be 4-wheel drive qualifying day, and then Saturday rounds out the event with the last round of qualifying for 4-wheel drive and the finals. Once again, the A finalists getting 3 legs for the finals. Everyone else getting 1 leg in the lower finals, but 3 legs for our A finalists in both the 2-wheel drive and the 4-wheel drive class. Well, tell you what, while we're going to get all our camera things sorted out, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a little wander around and talk to a few other people who are kind of nearby us here with where we're standing. And while we do this, Nathan's going to just we'll keep you up to speed with some of the guys on the track. So what I'm going to do firstly is I'm going to actually walk around the back just so I can see Paul and Paul can wave at me if I go out of signal range at all. So let's go round to firstly I'm leaving the back of our media area, and I'm going to walk down into the behind the grandstands. Well, I would do actually, but I can't because there's a fence in the way, so I can't walk down that way. So I'm going to walk into the marquee. No, that's not going to work, and I can't see Paul, can I? Let's not do that now. Figure that a bit out later on, actually. Let's do that later. While we're doing this, I'll let Paul actually go up and sort out Nathan, so Nathan can actually hear us. And I'll just come back up to our media centre and I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go and talk to some of the guys who are sitting in the other part of the media centre and doing some of the announcing through the week. And see who we have got that we can actually talk to and wants to talk to me. Right, let's climb up into here. And I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to talk to the main man. Kick off by talking to James, who is the owner, the developer, the creator, the lord of Robin Hood Raceway. I don't really know where to start. It's an absolutely fantastic facility and fantastic track you've created here. So a huge congratulations to you and your team. Do you want to talk us firstly about kind of where this project came from?
Yeah, it was about 2 years ago. We thought we've got a good team. We've run some big races, the EFRA races, national championships, and so on. And we figured maybe it's worth trying to go that extra level and host a Euros. So put an application together. Paul Worsley presented it, I think, in Croatia to the EFRA board. We got accepted in October 2013, and ever since then it's been planning, sourcing, getting a team together, and here we are, nearly 2 years later.
Now obviously you've got two tracks here at Robin Hood. You've got the dirt track we're racing on this week, and you've got the AstroTurf, which is kind of behind the marquee from where we're sitting at the moment. Now, most of the racing in the UK is done on AstroTurf, and we race on the Astro track for nationals and things like that. How long's the dirt track actually been here for?
We started building it in 2011, first meeting in 2012, and we've only really done perhaps 1, 2, at the most 3 meetings a year. The UK weather just makes it such high maintenance. I mean, we do have covers, but regardless of that, once it's in good condition, you need to tend it and look after it, and just the sheer time it takes up, it's too hard to run on it week in, week out.
Yeah, that's what I guess that's kind of why in the UK in particular, and more and more around the world, people are going towards the AstroTurf or the artificial tracks because of the ability to race in all conditions and the recovery rate after any kind of rain and things. But you mentioned here you've got some covers which are they are very much like the covers we see at Wimbledon on centre courts. I think earlier someone said they can get on the track in 45 seconds.
Yeah, we only have our team who are very well practiced. There are 2 covers, 35 metres by 20 metres. You don't realise quite how large and heavy they are until you start trying to move them. But yeah, once you've got to negotiate jumps and humps and slippy bits, you really need people who know what they're doing to get it right.
They do indeed. So if it does rain, we're hoping it's not going to rain, and weather forecast is looking good for us at the moment, which we should be pleased to say, but we can pull those covers over the track if we need to, and we might lose a bit of time due to rain, but we won't have to, as we've seen in previous years, then wait for the track to dry out and things afterwards. We should be able to go straight back to racing once it actually stops raining.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's the main advantage. Even if we were racing on the AstroTurf track, you're going to have at least 7, 8, 10 heats after it's rained, where the track's getting back to where it was to begin with, where with the covers, you stop and you restart immediately exactly where you left off.
Now, we've had this a similar track layout here for the warm-up race earlier in the year, but obviously a few tweaks and changes ready for the big event here. Who was kind of the quick guys back there at the warm-up race?
The British guys were pretty quick. David Ronnefelt won 2-wheel drive. He was fast for, well, the 3 days of the whole event, to be honest. But I think Neil's pretty hungry at this particular race. He's won the EFRA race, I think, once or twice before here, so He likes the venue. It's only 2 hours from home. I think he's even cycling back to his hotel every evening, so he's pretty chilled. But yeah, I think Neil, Lee, and Ronnie Fowler currently.
Yeah, those are going to be the three to watch as we go into the qualifying. Qualifying kicking off tomorrow, around about lunchtime here in the UK. We'll start our 3 rounds of qualifying tomorrow, finish it off with the final 2 rounds of qualifying on Wednesday. Now, yeah, you mentioned about Neil and Lee. It is quite close to Neil, relatively speaking. I guess, well, compared to the last tracks we've been on in Austria and Sweden, it's very much closer than that. But as we're saying, we race on AstroTurf most in the UK, so those guys haven't actually had an awful lot of practice time really on the dirt track, have they?
No, it usually takes people, well, the first few heats you generally see a few two-wheel drives spinning round in circles, but I think most people have taken a lot of advice, read up, you need to back it off a bit, change your car, lower your motor wind, and just approach the track gently, unlike AstroTurf, which is more crisis management.
It is indeed. And I suppose, mentioning kind of that difference in driving style, with the move to kind of more AstroTurf tracks, we know we've got the Worlds later this year in Japan, which is going to be on basically a carpet surface, which is incredibly high traction, and from the white race, very, very flat. The drivers adjusting themselves between the 2 different tracks really kind of puts this as a complete fresh start for everyone, regardless of any results they've had kind of almost leading up to it. Yeah,
it's a bit ironic that potentially the last Euros and Worlds for a good while might be on dirt in the UK, which most people think's a crazy idea.
It is indeed, yeah, but no, it's fantastic what we've done here, and the track is looking absolutely brilliant, and so many different kind of features, and we've got a big mix of carpet in there as well. I guess, is that kind of there just to protect the jumps over the course this week?
Yeah, 13 heats today, 6 days of racing, constant. You need to make sure the jumps are right, and yeah, it perhaps makes it a little bit easier for those who aren't quite so familiar with a slippy surface.
Well, thanks very much for talking to us. We'll let you get back to kind of overseeing everything and feeling any odd jobs that need to be done and all the kind of key things that need to go on here. But you've got a great team behind you, and we'll catch up with you later in the week and see how things are going for you, if you're still nice and calm as you appear to be at the moment.
Pleasure. Thank you very much.
There you go, James Helliwell, who's the owner kind of here of Robin Hood, and kind of sorting us all out here, getting it all ready to go. Next person I wanted to have a quick chat with, if he's got time to lean away from his own microphone, is the one and only DC, Mr. David Church. Now, you appear to have got this completely wrong, DC. Now, a year ago, we went racing in Sweden, and that's when you lived in the UK.
Yeah.
You now live in Sweden and have come to race in the UK. You haven't really timed that very well, have you?
No, I think you're right, but the reason I ended up living in Sweden was because I was there for a race.
Right, okay, so it all kind of came out from that. Obviously, you've moved over there to with your lovely other half, and everything's going really well there. It's great to see you back over here in the UK for this one race, but how is life out there in Sweden?
Well, I'd like to say hello to Camilla. I hope you've gone online. Let's have a look. I told her to check. No, sorry, Camilla, you missed it. Oops. It's very nice out there. It's a lot slower paced life. Trying to slow down. There's not as much racing down in the south where I'm living, but if I could get Kai to finally fix the track, we could do plenty of racing. And it's nice. It's just a slower pace of life, and there's not so much traffic on the roads.
Oh, that's nice to hear. Nice to hear that. And now you're here as a commentator once again this year, so we're looking forward to working with you throughout this whole week, and we'll make sure we get some plenty of DC action through the live stream as we go through it with your commentary and your useful insights as well. And you've also lined up a few drivers for us to speak to as well, I understand.
Oh yes, I'm going to be dragging them over in bushels for you.
Fantastic. We look forward to that. Now, you've been sitting up here. We're round 5 of practice now. From your wonderful perch here overseeing the chicane right in front of us, what have you been learning from the early rounds of practice so far?
Well, I've been speaking with Damon. He's helping me out on the microphone, and we're looking at the grip levels. Earlier it seemed that when the cloud cover came over, the grip was better, but now we think as the track has evolved, the grip is better when the sun's out.
That's interesting. So yeah, if it's low, I guess maybe in the morning then traction is going to be a bit lower, possibly.
Well, we're thinking people start moaning that they can't race if there's a cloud.
Interesting. Almost getting back to oh, see, I'm gonna. It's what? I guess 15 minutes into the broadcast, and it's gonna be my first mention of NASCAR. I know NASCAR race where they go out for qualifying. They're desperate to try and catch a cloud if it's a hot day, or not have a cloud if it's a cold day. So it could be very similar to that as we go through qualifying this week. Then.
I think so, yeah. I mean, the Robin Hood team have done a fantastic job. The track looks great. It is grooving up. There's lots of grip out there. So maybe they might be a half a second, 3/4 of a second off if the temperature dips a little bit because of a cloud. but on the whole, the grip is consistent, the track is good, the facility is fantastic. What can you say? Welcome to England.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you said there, I guess, yeah, half second maybe difference, but we're on round by round qualifying, so actually it's just about making sure you beat the people that are racing on the track around the same time as you.
I would say, yeah, that's correct. It's the luck of the draw for everybody, you know. I mean, someone might go out now with the cloud cover and put in their best lap of the day. So we don't know. We could be completely wrong. But if we're wrong, I'm blaming Damien. That's Damien Whittle. Damien Whittle. He's the one to blame. But I think we're set for a hot racing here this week. Weather's looking good. Can't wait.
Absolutely. And yeah, a lot of action already in practice, and we'll look forward to going more of that through this week. DC, thanks for talking to us. I'm going to grab a word with Damien now, I think.
I think that's a good idea.
Excellent. So you're co-commentator here at the track. Damien, how are you finding it so far? You're looking pretty relaxed at the moment.
Yeah, we're fairly chilled out. Letting DC do his stuff, really. Yeah, we've held some big meetings before, but I think this is probably the biggest in the UK for a good lot of years. Track's holding up well, grip's good, just been out marshalling. Grip looks really good at the end of the straight, so I think these guys are in for a good week.
Indeed. Now, what's your involvement? Are you local here to Robin Hood, or are you just come up here for this event? What's your kind of involvement that side?
Well, known James for a few years. We hold a few meetings on this track before. The UPL International we've held for about 5 years here. So we sort of developed the track along with that, and then James wanted to run the Euros, so been part of the organisation team for the UPL races, and then James asked me to come and help with the Euros, so we're here all week.
It's a long week, isn't it?
It is a long week. I've never actually done a week's worth of model car racing, so I'll probably be a gibbering wreck by the end of it, but you know, it's all good.
What I've certainly found from the last, I don't know, this must be about my 5th time doing the 1/10 off-road, 6 days of it, is that I can't remember what day of the week it is most of the time.
Yeah, it's a Monday today, isn't it? I'm usually working, so anything's better than working.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it's all good, all good.
Excellent. Well, I'll let you get back to kind of looking quite relaxed at the moment as DC holds the mic, but we'll look forward to hearing you kind of booming out around the track as well as we go through the week, and we'll catch up with you all later on.
Cheers in a northern style.
Yes, we will. Thank you very much. There you go. So our commentators here at the track, Dave Church and Damien, are going to be with us all week as well. So if you're not hearing me, you'll probably be listening to them as they keep everyone on the track up to date with what is going on. And as we say that, we are getting ready for group number 7 now. Group 7 is about to come out onto the track, and this is where we start to kind of get a bit fast. The top guys are in groups 11, 12 and 13 today. 11, 12 and 13 is kind of where all the top guys are. As the cars line up, you can see them lining up on the start grid there. What the important thing to note is, though, is the timing line where the transponder counting point is actually halfway down the back straight. So they've got a corner to negotiate before they even start their clock, and that could be crucial come qualifying. And obviously, it's important to know where that finish line is in the finals. I say the finals taking place here on Wednesday in the 2-wheel drive class and Saturday for the 4-wheel drive class. But Group 7 just getting off and running now here. Right, and don't forget, as we go through through this week, you can stay up to date with us through our Facebook group and through the YouTube chat as well. So make sure you do get involved with those. We'll be giving you some shout outs and adding members into the group, possibly later today, and certainly as we go through tomorrow as well, and as we go through later in the week. So if your friends are watching, tell them to get involved. Just go onto Facebook, search for RC Racing TV and click join, and then we'll add you, welcome you into the group later on this week, I guess. Right, so Group 7 out on track. Oh, and since he's here, I'm going to actually give Nick a chance to say something on the live stream, because he's turned up here today to help us set up. Nick, how are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you, Ollie. I'm not here.
There we go. That's Nick Damon, and that's all we're going to hear from him all week, probably. Are you back on Saturday, did you say?
Just to watch.
Just to watch. There you go. That's the commitment for you, isn't it? Just going to turn up here to watch. So, how are we doing out on the track at the moment? I say this is group number 7, their 5th round of practice. We've got about 3 minutes or so for them to go.
Just so you all know, RC Racing TV up live and running. Same Instagram and share Facebook. We can get as many people as we can watching online to help show the people that are paying for these RC Racing TV it's worth it.
So out in front at the moment is Mark Smith, followed by Tony Vodka.
2 minutes 30 left now. Mark Smith 22.3. Adoka 22.3.
So lap times are in the low 22s at the moment, 22-second lap times.
21.9 a lap. Williams 22.3. Yogian 22.2. Allen 22.4. Kyle 22.8. Matthew 22.6.
Right, what I do want to do as well is try and actually see how far this mic will go if I can get into the pits. I might just give it a go and see what happens. I might hear my... No, I won't, because I won't hear myself break up, will I? That's not going to... What I'll do, tell you what I'll do, I'll run down the pits and come out the door at the other end. How much range do you reckon we've got?
You get around the track, but you can't get
Get into the tent at all?
Did you go into the tent before?
No.
What I would recommend you do is first thing tomorrow morning, test that.
Yeah, that's it. Nick's got a good idea there. Test that first thing in the morning.
Change that mini cap back again.
55 seconds left. Let's have a look and give you your lap time if you've just done your quickest lap. That would be Mark Smith at a 22.9. William White, 22.1. 21.9 to Yokin.
So let's as we wind down this one, let's grab Martin Walanka, which is the bright yellow coloured buggy, coming onto the front side now, over the double jump, then the tabletop. I think that might be the one that Nathan's picked up already. Yes, it is the number 1 car. That's Martin Walanka, who's a former European podium finisher in the 1/8 scale class. Now running 1/10 scale as well. He's been seeded in group number 7 for these practice rounds, so we'll see how his lap times are. His best lap, his last lap was a 22.4, which is kind of on pace with about everyone else in the middle of the pack. This is group 7, and we have got 13 groups to work through.
Right, if you're ready to take hold, and then use the pop area, please. So 1, use the pop, you finish.
So you've heard from Nick already, although Nick's not really here. You've got Nathan up on the camera. I'm just going to quickly introduce you to the other member of the RC Racing TV team who's here this week and manning the what we're going to call this. What we're going to call this, Paul?
The box of tricks.
Box of tricks. It's Paul. Paul, we're all obviously up and running now. Everything is underway. And I guess you're going to be helping us out by cutting between all the cameras as we go through the week and doing replays and things like that.
We're definitely cutting. We're hoping to do replays as soon as I've got the hang of it again. It's been a while.
That's good, good. So don't worry, we've got 6 days for you to get the hang of it.
yeah, only the 6. By about day 5, we should just be about there.
Excellent. I hope if we can be there for day 3 when we've got 2-wheel drive finals, that'd be good.
Okay, I'll aim for that then.
Aim for that one, brilliant. And also, I guess, as we go through, I'm going to probably ask you to help me out and keep an eye on things like the Facebook group and the YouTube chat for me.
Yes, we can do that. Have we got on the laptop to be able to do that?
We'll figure that out. We'll figure it out.
Right.
Yeah, don't worry about that. We'll there's internets and things that can help, can't it?
Yes, that's what we want.
So, what's your first kind of reaction to the facility here?
It's really good, isn't it? It's really good. We don't live that far away from here, Nathan and I. We're based in Nottingham, and therefore it took only half an hour to get up here. So it's really good as well. Nice day as well.
That's not bad at all. So you popping home for dinner tonight?
No, Nick's actually put us up in a hotel. We were very surprised about that.
Good. Right. Well, yeah. No. So the track is actually it's really nice here. It's a lot of elevation change. We've got quite a lot of grip as the you can in fact if Nathan actually with the shot he's got there, you can just about see the kind of darker line on the racing line, and I don't know if he can just quickly pan over onto the main straight for me just to the right. I think you can see it possibly a little bit better there. You can definitely see obviously the black line that you can see form, and that's the more grippy line. So as the cars go off, you'll see them try and stick onto that darker line because that's where the grip is going to be. Not so much of an issue as we go through practice, but when we come into racing in the finals, that's going to be key, because if you move offline to try and overtake someone, you could be on an area with less grip and then not be able to make that pass complete. And that'll be interesting to watch. As I say, we get into finals day, which is Wednesday for two-wheel drive and Saturday for the four-wheel drive class.
Have you started naming corners and things yet?
I have, yes. I was doing that while you were. I was going to say playing around with cameras, but use a less nice word. That's no good. It's not night time.
The sun comes out and the sun goes out. I'm blaming Nathan for that shot.
You know what we could blame? We could just blame the sun. Nick's really annoyed because he just moved the camera and it's now far too dark. Go on, put that up on the screen so people can see how he's mapped it up. There we go.
No, it was too bleachy earlier.
Oh, right, change it back to a nice one.
Name the track. Is it useful?
Yeah, okay. Been told to do something useful. That's very unlike me doing something useful. So, as obviously we are here thanks to Team Orion and Team Durango this week. Team Durango, we're here with the DEX 210. We shall certainly name some corners and pass the track after them. But I think actually this is quite. This is quite an easy. Well, we'll see where we go. Let's see where we go. And Paul can probably help me out. We're going to go down the back straight there. We'll just stick with this gaggle of cars here around the first turn, and I'm not sure what to call that part there. So we'll come back to that later. So we come on to the front side over the front side double and then the tabletop. Through the chicane they go as one car rolls it over, and then we've got the Durango double. They come up the hill, over the start line, through the Orion carousel, and down the straight again. So all we've got to name, basically, Paul, is the little bit after the end of the straight. The first kind of carpeted section. What are we gonna call that?
I'm not sure, but you know what you were talking about just after the tabletop?
Yes.
Too little. They've been calling those the cones of death.
Oh, the cones of death are in the middle as you come up the hill. So there we go, those green cones right in the middle of the track. If Nathan can try and grab those green cones, stick in the middle of the track there. There we go, that's them there. So those are the cones of death, apparently. They look very scary, don't they? They're basically put there because as the cars come up the hill over the jump, you could actually cut the corner completely there. So they've put the cones there to stop you doing that, so you actually have to drive around the track, which is very, very sensible. So here we see the cars are in round the Orion carousel, onto the back straight as someone rolls it over. That was the number 5 of Marcus Lind. Oh, you know what I've done? I've set all my timing screen up really nicely, but done one thing. I've not put anyone's nationalities on it. So, you know what? For today, I'm just going to leave it and figure it all out tomorrow. Because I've not got myself really. No, in fact, what I've done today is give myself a really nice timing screen that I can see with very little useful information, because I don't need to know their estimated practice times, because they're doing about 4 or 4.5 minute runs, and that'll be no use whatsoever. That'll be helpful tomorrow once we start qualifying, but today not really that helpful. So aside from giving you the order and what their last lap time was, that's actually all I've managed to set up for today. But I'll fix that for you tomorrow. Don't worry. Don't panic, fans. Fans? Do we have fans?
No. I don't think we do.
No, we don't have fans, no. So this is group number 8, and that means 9 is next. I say that means 9 is next, and you might laugh at me for saying something as obvious as that, but the important thing to remember here in the 1/10 Off-Road Euros is that as we get into qualifying, the order of the heats changes each round. And that's so people get, I guess, much fairer track conditions. They shuffle the running order of the heats. And we run different heats first and different heats last, so people get the fresh track at the beginning of the round, a grooved in track at the end of the round, anything like that. Any changes hopefully should be evened out as we go all the way through qualifying. So everyone, in theory, has the equal opportunities to do well or also do badly, I guess. And as, oh, 2 cars managed to hit the cone of death in quick succession there. So proving already very useful.
And the high after that race was Spencer, 21.6.
And Paul managed to understand my sign language there for, will it help at all if we move a little box around? And he's not sure, but we're going to move it anyway. Alright, so that was group number 8. Next up will be group number 9. Cars work their way around to the starting area to find the imposing figure of Mr. Chris Hardesty, our BRCA chairman. Overall national chairman. He's in charge of every class of RC racing here in the UK, I guess. And we will... Oh, that's who we need to talk to. Same person I always talk to and is always great to see here at the events. The EFRA section chairman, the man in charge, I guess, of this class at the European level, Mr. Paul Worsley. And when I see Paul, I will absolutely make sure I go and grab a word or 20 with him.
10 seconds. Okay, drivers, as your numbers scored, start Chris to go in.
So here we go then with group number 9.
I've still got your name tag over here, Spencer.
And in this group, someone we definitely need to pick up is the number 8 of one of the most famous RC drivers in the world, the youngster that is Malin Coulson. And Malin is going to be coming around the Orion carousel now and out onto the back straight in the white, blue and pink colours. Number 8 down the back straight. Yeah, the second of those two now, just coming off the end of the back straight and through the section that still has no name yet. Over the front side double and then the front side tabletop, through the chicane, onto the Durango double, up the hill past the cones of death, through the flat section now, around the Orion carousel, down the main straight they go once again. Malin there, rocking the X-ray buggy. It's worked onto the front side once again.
Ludovic, 22-1. Nathan, 22-4. Roman, 22-8. Dylan, 22-7. Marlon, 28-2. Sorry, 23-2. Brent, 23-4. Garrett, 23-8. Roland is 23-4. Two minutes 30.
So they've got about 2.5 minutes left here in this group number 9, round 5 practice. As a few cars make their way into the cone of death in the middle.
Good job, Neil. Way to get involved. Ludovic now 22-0.
So if you are watching along at home and one of your friends or maybe relatives is at the track, just tell them to come and find us.
Brent
If you just tell them to come and find us in the shed, they will know what you mean, and then we will we'll get them on air for you and have a chat to them.
22.7. Right out, 1 minute left.
I know DC said he's going to send some people our way. We've got six days to fill, so
Nathan, 21.7.
I'm quite happy to talk to pretty much anyone.
Your name and your time, if you've done a quicker time than you have so far. Connor, 21.6.
As there's a huge pile up coming onto the back straight.
$30 seconds left.
Got about 30 seconds to go in this one. Group number 10 is going to be up next.
Are you ready? We're going to give this a go.
Oh,
And your last 10 seconds now, driver.
and thanks to VRC Pro, there's a replay of the incident coming onto the back straight with 4 cars going for the same piece of track and all getting tangled up together. So VRC Pro will be our replay sponsors all week this week. So we could probably name the part we haven't named so far after them, couldn't we?
Keep going, Stanton. Two and 7 to finish. Let's go.
And time basically wounding down in this one. And that's going to be end of group number 9.
Mr. Galley, Eugene, any room in your fridge? Why did you deliver it? You make some room, huh? Andy. Go have a corner of it, please. Okay, try out to Marshall, please. Okay, drop down 30 seconds, cars to the line please, nice and steady. Cars down to the line. Marshall on points. Dropping down on 30 seconds, here comes the start order.
Where do you need a marshal?
Okay, drivers, as your numbers call, please.
Oh, since he wants to talk, I'm going to have to do this now. I'll come and, yeah, where should we go? Should we go down there behind the speaker so we're not being deafened? So I'm going to talk to our BRCA chairman,
Kev Lee opening up.
Chris Hardesty,
Point A.
who's very carefully putting down a flag. You're not on camera at the moment, so you can leave your hat on if you want to.
No, it's hot. I've got a sweaty head.
Oh, lovely image there. Thank you. So, you look very important walking around with the flag and things. So what's your actual kind of job this weekend then?
Race director.
Right, so you're directing all the races, making sure everyone behaves themselves.
Well, here it's a doddle. The crew are fantastic. There's so many volunteers, it makes the job easy. The drivers know what to do. Race control knows what to do. The commentary's fantastic. I've just got to have a walk occasionally, don't I?
Occasionally walk over and poke some cars with the pole.
Poke some cars with the pole and answer the odd question from the team managers, and that's it.
Easy then.
Easy. It's the easiest job I've ever done. Yeah.
So aside from that, I won't say your day-to-day job, but it turns into a job really. Is chairman of the BRCA, the British Radio Car Association. Obviously, it's not a job. It's a volunteering role, but it takes up an awful lot of your time, doesn't it?
We're all volunteers, and there are people that work longer hours than me. Yeah, it's a few hours a day. It's something you can't stop because it backs up and it just goes pear-shaped after that. Some things get missed because of that. You know, you go on holiday. Yeah, email when you get back. It's quite interesting.
So, for people at home, what does that actually mean, chairman of the National Association?
Well, the association is made up of 10 committees, and there's an executive committee. So I chair the executive committee. Each section has its own chairman. So they're running what's going on within their sphere of influence, and the exec committee are basically in the background. So we orchestrate the daft things that nobody thinks about: the printing of the handbook, club manuals, rules, decisions, membership, and administer all that. Somebody's got to post this and somebody's got to print that. So it happens in the background, and then there's all sorts ranging insurance. But then, again, all these roles are broken down into particular jobs within the organisation, and I got the privilege of just sitting at the top of the table, keeping them quiet, listening to them, and then we all decide where to go.
And then occasionally you get to do fun things like this week.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've done some really fun things in my career. But race directing don't tell anyone, it's easier than refereeing.
Oh, I agree. I completely agree.
It's far easier than refereeing.
If you want an easier job than that, I'd say commentating.
I can't commentate though.
See, everyone says that, but I'm like, it's just basically give me a microphone, and then 6 days later take the microphone off me. That's what people do. That's what DC and everyone's doing over there as well for the track this week.
I admire anybody that keep the patter going and make it entertaining and everything. I'll deliver kind of race times and who should be out where and everything else. That part of race direction here is he's doing a great job. He's doing 95% of what a race director should do. I think I'm just here to front all the other good people who are doing such a splendid job, and they need to carry on until Saturday.
Absolutely, and I was going to say it's been quite a while since we've had a Euro in the UK, but it was actually only about 2 months ago we had B Euros down at Hearts, but before that it has been quite a while, hasn't it, since we've had an event on this scale in the country, I guess.
For off-road, yeah, we had the Halifax Euros the other year, and we've things like on-road at Hinckley and stuff like that, where that's again, it's another switched-on section that knows what to do, and it just runs like clockwork, and it's a doddle to race direct it because you're surrounded by competent people. But yeah, I mean, the last dirt track, I think 1993, Southend. Yeah, that's a long time.
That's a long time ago, yeah. My local track, actually.
Yeah, and it just goes to show what a great job we can actually do. Or what I should say, the locals here, not me, because I didn't turn a spade here. But I mean, what the guys and girls at this club have done, have created something that, I mean, so far it's been stunning. The warm-up was excellent. It ran like clockwork, and everyone's happy to do it. I mean, everyone's enthusiastic to do it as well. So yeah,
most important thing, I guess, for all the volunteers that are here helping out, whether it's for 1 day, 2 days, or for the whole week, or for the months beforehand leading up to it, the enthusiasm is what keeps driving these events forward.
Absolutely, and the important thing that we all need to remember, I mean, we've got really serious races here, international, national, right? It's the clubs that are more important than anything else. It's only the clubs that get our membership in, right? It's the clubs that sweat over things like this and provide somewhere for us to play, or somewhere for me to officiate, if you like. And they are so critical to what we do. There's 8,000 members in the BRCA currently, and it's so critical that the clubs thrive and they remain healthy. And this has cost a lot of money and a lot of resources, and I've got to go on the line because I've got to work.
Can you shake the flag duties? Oh, no.
As Chris runs back to the track.
I don't think the camera could keep up with him, are they?
As race control points out, Chris only running because he's on TV now. But we'll catch up with Chris later on this week, I'm sure. Chris Hardesty, BRCA National Chairman and Race Director here this week. And I've realised that I jumped off of the platform that we're on, and I can't get back onto it unless I walk around the back and come up some stairs. No, Chris, it's fine.
Replay that with Mr. Hardesty on the camera. You seem bold. Any numbers drivers?
All right, this is Group 11 getting underway, and this is kind of where we start to see the fast guys. So we're going to keep you up to speed now. We'll actually focus really on some racing here as we get some of the big names that we know that everyone at home is going to want to watch, see how they get on. First person I want Nathan to try and pick up is the number 4 car, which is the orange and white car coming off the end of the straight into what we're now going to call the VRC section, then turning left over the front side with the white wheels and the mainly orange body shell through the chicane. That's the last of the 3 cars now coming around the carousel and onto the middle of the 3 cars now down the back straight. Mr. Elliot Boots there from the UK took home the 1/8 scale off-road European Championship in fantastic style just a few weeks ago in a very hot and sunny Italy. It's probably not going to be quite as hot here, but Elliot showing he can get it done here in electric racing as well as in nitro as he slides the car around the final turn there down the back straight. The lap times for Elliot, 22.9 that last lap.
Nice to see you here, JQ. And Nicholas Reeser.
Best lap for Elliot is a 21.6. which is the fastest lap, no, second fastest lap of the heat, as Wesley Van Helmond is fastest in the number 7 at the moment. So let's try and find Wesley on the track.
Zacharias.
And very helpfully, it's going to be the car that's furthest away from me. It's the, where is Wesley? His trademark yellow and blue colours. He goes over the Durango double, through the very centre of the track, now up the hill, past the cones of death, through the flat bit now, around the carousel, and down the back straight. The number 7 of Wesley has the best lap of 21.5, fastest lap in this group, in this round anyway.
21.5.
Wesley
21.7.
in that number 7. Again, round the final corner and down the straight.
21.5.
Bootsy is behind him on the track, but not really closing in.
Two minutes left, drivers. Everybody in 21 or 22 second lap times. Zachariah is 22.1. Reeser 21.5. Ulsker 21.7. Just calling out your lap.
So best laps is now going to, I believe it's going to be Miguel Matias.
Miguel Matias 21.4.
21.4 that time by. Let's find Miguel from Portugal in the number 2.
Wesley 21.3.
He's going to be the all white buggy over the front side jumps now. Over the big tabletop he goes, through the chicane, then into the Durango double, the all white coloured buggy with the white wheels. Up the hill now and past the cones of death. Miguel from Portugal. He stood on many a podium in both 1/10 and 1/8 scale classes.
Miguel 21.4.
Most famously, I think for me, I believe a couple of years ago he managed to end up in the D final, which he then quite happily took home the win, but was then very annoyed that he took home the win because it meant he had to stay around for a trophy at the end, rather than heading off to the, no doubt, to the bar. But Miguel, one of the fastest in this one, best lap of 21.41. Wesley's gone fast with a 21.28. Richard Lowe with a 21.3. Oscar Levine 21.1. As we wind down in this one, this is Group 11 finishing up now, so we'll let the guys finish off their laps and pull them off, and then Group 12 is going to be up next.
So we keep going to be called. So class 6 finishes, pull off please. Just car 10 on his roof. There he goes.
Hot lap. Oscar Levine 21.16.
So next up is group number 12.
So out to Marshall, please. Dropping on towards 1 minute to the start.
Now the groups here so far haven't really been seeded. They've taken the top drivers and spread them out a bit across the top few groups. That's why we've had some of those fast guys there in group 11. And in this next race we're going to have quite a number of fast cars and contenders for the overall win. And the first car I think it's important probably for Nathan to pick up is going to be the car that's got a white nose and a fluorescent orange tail, number 9 car, right in the middle of the starting grid on the front row of multi-time European champion Lee Martin. Lee is one of the favourites coming in as Chris Hartley just moves Lee's car to the right place.
Okay, well done, Marshals, all on the points.
So here we go. Well, let's follow Lee Martin off, which is going to be the first car off the grid. He's, I think he's sitting second overall, really, as if we kind of look at some practice rankings. Although, as we know, practice means pretty much nothing. It's nice to be fast if you can be fast, though. So Lee Martin leads them off of the starting grid here for our 4 and a bit minutes of practice. Here in group number 12, 5 rounds of practice down. This is their 5th round. They're going to have one more run after this one, so the car's dialed into this track here. Lee Martin down the back straight he goes. Works right over the VRC section now, turning left over the front side, the double, and then the tabletop he goes. Big air off that tabletop, through the chicane, into the Durango double now, through the centre of the circuit, up the hill, past the cones of death, round the flat bits, through the Orion carousel and down the back straight. Again he goes. Let's drop back one car from Lee and pick up the car behind him on the track, which is Mr. Tom Cockrell. Tom, long-time Schumacher employee, Schumacher designer, but has decided to get a job in what's known as the real world. So no longer involved in designing, manufacturing and racing mini cars, toy cars full-time. He now has a real job, but still continues to race and has moved over to Yokomo now. Teammates with Lee Martin and looking quick at the moment, matching Lee Martin's lap times. Tom with a 21.9, Lee with a 22.3, so actually Tom being faster than Lee at the moment. So they work through the flat stuff. You can see the gap coming down between them.
21.4, Kovacic 21.6, Tom Cockrell 21.3, Lee Martin 21.8,
21.3 from Tom that time by.
Gary 21.7,
21.8 from Lee. Let's now pick up the last of the cars that went down the main straight. So off the end of the main straight, the pink, blue and white coloured car over the VRC section. Getting over the first double now, over the big tabletop.
Lee Martin now 21.4,
through the chicane into the Durango double.
21.3.
So let's go and grab let's go and grab Mark Reinhardt, who just goes off the end of the back straight now. Going to hit the first bit of carpet over the VRC section, then onto the front side. And that pink, blue and white, his standard classic colours, the multi-time on-road world champion. Running off-road.
Martin Bayer, 21.2.
He's run off-road quite a lot at the Euros anyway, but has made the move over to Yokomo for his off-road car. Still with Tamiya for on-road, but running Yokomo off-road this year. So another teammate there to Lee Martin. So all the Yokomo team running in this group together. And we also know that Shinadachi from Japan is over to mechanic for Lee and the rest of the team to help them out. Yokomo really going for the win here. Both in the two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive classes. It'll be very interesting to see how that shapes up as we go through. As we are expected, we heard from DC and James earlier that Lee Martin is one of the contenders alongside Neil Craig and maybe a couple of others as well to keep an eye on. Mark, maybe not the person you'd think to win, possibly not in two-wheel drive, but never rule him out.
Carlos 21.8.
Let's also pick up one of the fast youngsters that we met last year in Sweden, and the number 8 buggy of Michael Orlovsky down the back straight by himself. Through the sweeper he goes into that first infield part, then over the VRC section, turning left over the front side now. It's I guess a green, yellow and white coloured car over the Durango double. Orlowski here from Poland, multi-time junior European champion, and took home his first win in the EOS series on carpet at the Huddy Arena earlier this year. So certainly a driver to keep an eye on. Very, very different here on this dirt surface where he won on the high traction carpet, but always someone to keep an eye on. Can be very, very fast, and he's fast in this one with a 21.2 as his best lap. Matched by Lee Martin, and Lee Martin only at the moment. So Michael Orlowski on the pace with his Schumacher buggy. We're not going to get through everyone as we're winding down time this one, but we've got plenty of racing to go. We'll catch up with many of these drivers as we go through this whole week. Time is finished, so everyone's going to finish their lap.
Reinhard, 22.0. Cars 5 and 6 finished. Everyone else keep going. Use the pull off, please. Tom Cockrell, 21.0. Last lap.
So on his last lap, the fastest lap in this heat is going to go to Tom Cockrell with a 21.0. And that rounds it out for group number 12.
On the last lap, 21.09.
Okay, shout out to Marshall, please. Dropping down to 1 minute to the start.
Next up will be group 13, which is the last heat in this round 5 of practice.
Now go through, run to the line. People on the track, so be careful. So going out towards 30 seconds, start order calling up drivers. And we're ready to schedule.
So we've got about 30 seconds to start. Plenty of fast drivers in this one. So we'll follow the first car off, which I think will be Neil Cragg. The car basically in the middle, the number 5, yellow and red colours. Tom Cockrell wants me to interview him while he's marshalling, which I don't think is going to be allowed.
No, it's fine, it's practice.
It's only practice. Well, you're fast in practice, so does that not matter?
The race director says it's alright, so it's fine. It only matters if you're fastest, and I'm not fastest, so...
You're fastest in that heat.
Yeah, well, I'm trying.
Oh, that's positive for you, isn't it? Go on, be a bit more positive with this.
Yeah, Neil's going to go out and smoke it there. It's all about tyres. It's a tyre game at the minute.
Go on, what do you mean it's all about tyres? Explain that for us.
Rear tyres take about 4 or 5 laps to come in, and front tyres take about 3 runs. And nobody knows how long they last. So I think generally now people are starting to scrub in front tyres just in case, because no one knows how we're going to wear throughout the event.
So you reckon it's basically going to be probably a set of new tyres, or maybe one if you've got a couple of laps on them, maybe 1 run old, or is that too old really for rears?
We don't really know yet. It's free laps. If you get 2 warm-up laps at start qualifying, you might do, you might not, then that'll be fine. Set a run on rears, done. How long they'll last, no one really knows. All we know is new fronts understeer like a pig. As in that one, Lee was on new all round, I was on just new rears, and you could see after about 4 laps, I started cruising up to him. So yeah, we're learning.
Yeah, indeed. So we got 1 more round of practice today, and then 2 control rounds tomorrow morning before we start qualifying. So still plenty more to go, I guess.
Yeah, plenty to go. We'll still learn lots, and we'll get into qualifying, and it'll rain, and none of it will matter.
No, let's be positive. It's going to be fun. It's going to be lovely weather all week.
Yeah, no, it's going to stay dry. It's going to be good. Yeah, qualifying will be close. It'll be tight. 1 error is going to be painful.
It is indeed, but it always is at European Championships, especially 1/10 off-road. We've seen it many, many times in the past. You've made plenty of A-finals and also missed quite a few A-finals just from those 1 or 2 errors, I have to say, haven't you?
Yeah, no, they're always tight. This track though, it's there's no do or die jump, so everyone's kind of going error-free. An error here is like missing an apex by 2 foot, and you just get into the dust and you can feel the time slipping away. It's demoralising, but at the same time, it's great because you know if you get it inch perfect, you've nailed it.
Absolutely. So you can see, I guess, the black line that's coming up, is that a lot more grippier than on that racing line?
Yeah, I mean, the black groove as it is, or blue groove, it's just dust free, so it is a bit more grippy. It's quite a wide line, so you don't have to be pinpoint perfect every lap. There is a bit of room to try different lines and stuff, which should allow overtaking. But if you get in the dust, you're really going to struggle for a couple of corners, and it is noticeable.
All right, so well, you mentioned Lee and Neil there earlier. Who else are we going to be needing to keep an eye on? Obviously yourself. You know, we're expecting you to be up there, maybe on the podium as well, after joining Yokomo this year, working with Lee and stuff as well. But who else are we keep an eye on?
Oscar Levin has looked very quick in practice.
As Tom has to run off to actually marshal the car in front of us. See, if we had a full radio mic, you could have taken the mic with you.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't mind commentating while I marshal. Yeah, Oscar Levin's looking quick in practice. David Ronnefolk, I just marshalled. He was super fast at the warm-up. He's not looked quite so on it today, but they've got till Wednesday to pull it out. Bayer is always a contender. Yorn is always a contender. Yardy's looking quick. He's quick on the side, on the stealth. Hoffer, he was super quick at the warm-up. So many people.
So you've just come up with the name of like 15 people who are going to make the main?
Yeah, I mean, top end, Lee, Neil, Yorn and David.
There we go, that's Tom Cockrell's expert picks.
Your winner's coming from them four. Oh, and me, obviously.
But no, it'd be really interesting to kind of see how it develops. And actually made a really interesting point there. It doesn't matter till Wednesday, because although we've got qualifying starting tomorrow, it is only 2 out of the 5 rounds to count. So you can throw away everything and have your 2 qualifying runs on Wednesday and then your 3 finals.
Yeah, it's something EFRA have always done, and I believe it's because they want it so Wednesday, you can go into Wednesday and you can still TQ and win the meeting. So 2 qualifiers Wednesday morning, TQ both of them in the fastest time, you're first on the grid, win the first 2 legs, sit out and watch a third.
So you've only got to do 4 runs here, haven't you then?
Yep, you only need to do 20 minutes of racing.
I think you're probably going to need a bit more than that to beat all the fast guys out here at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, practice obviously helps, and there's some fast guys, so you've got to be pretty special to do it all on Wednesday. I think you're going to see tomorrow who's there or thereabouts, and the finals are going to be close.
Yeah, indeed. All right, Tom Cockrell, thank you very much for talking to us as you combine marshalling and interviewing. And we'll grab. In fact, what I'll do is I'm going to nip round the back and grab some of the other guys as they come off from marshalling as well, so we can talk to them. Because we're not sure how far into the pits we can go with the mic at the moment. We'll figure it out tomorrow.
As far as you like. David's here next. Interview him.
I could do, couldn't I? Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. I'll do just point 10. Point 10 is just an interview position.
Yeah. If you're not Marshal 10, you don't get interviewed.
There we go. So, yeah, thank you very much, Tom. We'll catch up with Tom probably every day because he likes to talk. Cheers. We'll see you later on. So, quickly have a look at the timing screen. It was who were the quick ones in that? Well, everyone was basically quick, weren't they? 21.1 from Savoya, 21.1 from Yardy, a 21.1 from Ronnefeldt, a 21.1 from Hattinen, from Cragg as well. Those guys are all quick. 21.2 from Hoffer, 21.3 from Stafford. So a lot of very, very fast people out there. A lot of very fast people indeed. But next up will be back around to group number 1. And it is, in fact, David Ronnefeldt, who is going to be over here marshalling on the 10 position. Okay, so while he's over here, we've got 10 minutes till we start. So you got to rush back to the pits, or you got a bit of time to chat?
Yes, no, it's fine. I made my changes before this run, so now it's good. So I probably don't have to change as much this time. Now the car is good, so I feel way more confident now than I did in the run before, so it's good.
Excellent. Now, as many people will know, or if you don't, you've obviously made the move this year. Now, combining your 1/8 scale and 1/10 scale, kind of in a very different style as you're racing for HB Racing. And what's that like? How you kind of getting on? Obviously, they don't have well, we've just seen the first prototype of the 2-wheel drive car out. So, have you got that prototype yet, or are you running a kind of a backup car for the moment?
Right now, I'm running out of the car. I didn't want to go. I could have run the new 2-wheel drive, I guess, at this race, but I didn't want to go to a race not knowing the car. I knew this car worked from the warm-up, so I stuck with this for this race. I'll probably get the hop on the 2-wheel drive soon. I'm very excited to try it. All the other cars have been really good so far for me this year. 8 scale has been working out amazing. The 4-wheel drive is really good. I'm excited for the 4-wheel drive races right here. So yeah, we'll see.
Well, indeed, and a few weeks ago, Italy came up one place short in the final of making another European title for yourself. So, is your main challenge this week to beat Mr. Boots?
I mean, for sure he's going to have the pace, but he's more known for the 8-scale class, so he's going to be up there for sure this week, I think. But I think like Lee, Neil Craig, all those guys are very fast. And there are a lot of other guys as well. So yeah, we'll see when the qualifying starts and towards the final, and we'll know who's in the A main. And then yeah, hopefully I'm there and I can challenge them.
Let's hope so. And we saw you up in the A main, of course, many other races as well. So we know you've got the speed in your thumbs and in your fingers. So see if that translates onto this track here in the UK. Now we spoke to Tom Cockrell a few minutes ago, and he was talking to us about tyres. Saying that the front tyres take a few runs to come in, whereas the rear tyres you probably want a few laps to run them in. So is that what you're finding as well?
Yeah, exactly. At the warm-up the wear was not that high, like all around the car. Now it seems like the front tyres are wearing more than at the warm-up, and as well as the rear tyres. I think you can have maybe two run on the rear tyres, then you will have to change. On the front I think you can go a little bit longer, but for sure you're going to need at least 2 sets for the whole race, I think.
So is that going to be a bit of strategy as well, trying to figure out if you can fit new tyres, or if you need to, as we get blasted with some dust as well off the track, if you need to fit new tyres, you also want to scrub those tyres in perhaps during these practice rounds as well?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, a lot of guys I know use this round for breaking in the tyres, and probably going to do so in the next one as well. I mean, you don't want to go into a qualifying round and put new tyres on, because you know you're not going to be fast enough in the beginning. Maybe towards the end they will get in and be better, but you lose so much time in the beginning. So I think you want to need like scrubbed in tyres for the qualifying finals for sure.
Excellent. Well, let you get run. Decide if you want to run back to the pits quickly before we into Marshall. But thanks for talking to us. We'll no doubt catch up with you quite a few more times this weekend, as we expect you to be a contender for that podium and the overall win. So, David Runnefelt, thanks so much for talking to us, and good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
There you go. David has won multiple titles in the 1/8 off-road class. It's been there or thereabouts the last few years in electric racing, but wants to take home the title this week in 2-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive with his new sponsors as well this year. So we've got a short break now while before we start the final round of practice for the day. Probably about 10 minutes, I think. Oh, DC's wandered over. Is this a thumbs up? You want to chat to me, or?
Of course.
Or
you got another mic set up yet?
We have up here.
Right. Let me just.
Are you going to get?
Call and then I'll come sit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, do that first. Do that first. Yeah. So 5 rounds of practice down, 1 more round of what they're calling free practice today. They are going to do a bit of a resort, but we'll talk to DC, because he's going to be the man that knows about that later on. And I'm just being beckoned at by Nick, who isn't here. He wants to come and do something. Oh, that's what we can do while we're waiting for Mr. Church. So hopefully Paul can still hear me up there. If he can, when Dave gets back, give me a shout, and we'll add some people into our Facebook group. So firstly, we're going to say hello to Chris Delves. Chris is I know Chris very well. He's a long-time racer, works at Horizon, part of TLR brand. So Chris Delves, hello, welcome to the group. John Japhoto, let's have a quick look at you, John. Has already shared some posts of the track here at Robin Hood Raceway, and appears to like Disney princesses, but we won't say anything else about that. But John, welcome to the RC Racing TV Facebook group. You are now a member. Who else we got here? Paul Bradby. Hello, Paul. Why are you not here? I hope you're coming up at some point during this week to say hi to everyone. Multi-time European A finalist and lovely, lovely person to talk to as well. Always had a good laugh with him at the Off-Road Euros, but retired from racing a few years ago. But Paul, you are welcome in the RC Racing TV Facebook group. You're now a member. I've got an awful lot of people to get through, so I'm going to kind of rush through as many of these as I can very, very quickly, as I see DC has just got back. So, Steve Berrington. Steve, you look like a real person. You live in Redditch. That's a place. That's good enough for me. Steve Berrington, hello, welcome to the RC Racing TV Facebook group. Dave Bush, hello to you, welcome to the Facebook group as well. You are now a member, fully paid up, and welcome into the group. Who else have we got on here? In fact, since DC's here, let's go and have a chat with him while he's not doing his other commentating stuff. Let's get up here and can pass the mic over. Are you texting your other half at the time?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is, isn't he? You've got our football commentators.
This way or this way?
That way round, yep.
This way.
Yep.
Perfect. Hello. Oh yeah, how's that?
Yeah.
I'm getting a thumbs up, so I must be doing something right.
So, 5 rounds of practice down now.
Yes.
The same people are still fast, aren't they?
They are, yes.
And we've just we've had a quick chat there with Tom Cockrell and with David Ronnefeldt. Oh, hello everyone. This is us.
Hello.
This is us.
Wait, hold on. Yeah. No, doesn't matter.
What are you gonna do?
I was going to put my glasses on and try to look cool, but...
Oh, should we both do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to take the headphones off then.
Okay, we've got 2 minutes to the start of practice 1.
How's that?
There we go.
Marshals, you need to be making
Also,
your way back to
looking
the
good,
track.
yeah, looking good. Cheese is good.
Oh,
Sorry, what
absolutely.
were you saying?
Yeah, so talking to David Ronnefeldt and Tom Cockrell about tyres, tyre
Yes,
strategy.
yep.
What have you heard? What have you seen?
Well, I was sitting with Ben Jemison, pardon me, and he was saying that in his run, the first 2 or 3 laps seemed pretty good, and then the edges seemed to fall off of them.
Right.
And they were bad for a couple of laps before they came back in.
Ah, okay.
But definitely people are scrubbing in for tomorrow's qualifying.
Slow and steady.
So is that we're talking about front tyres, rear tyres, or both?
I believe front tires mainly. That process was happening too.
So you kind of want, by the sounds of it, and that kind of backs up what we heard from the guys I was speaking to here, used front tyres might be the way to go to get that, not have to go through that kind of, I guess, graining stage almost with them then.
Yeah, I think they're getting some running in on the tires so they don't have to sacrifice any time tomorrow.
Yep, and then tomorrow we can get those 2 rounds of control practice. There's not going to be any full kind of reseeding or anything like that from the practice results, but they are going to move a couple of people around based on if anyone's drastically out of position, I guess. That's right, isn't it?
That's correct. We're calling it common sense.
Common sense, that's a nice thing to... nice term to use at an RC race. Something you don't always hear, I have to say.
No, that's true.
So
we did add a bit of non-common sense because we started off with a transmitter compound.
Right.
And then everyone was getting yelled at for not being out to marshal quick enough.
So we got rid of the transmitter compound now, haven't we?
Eventually, yes.
So, yeah, that's gone.
We waited till they said it was their idea.
We do live in 2015 where we have 2.4 gig and there's plenty of channels. So we might as well let everyone take their transmitters back with them.
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, it speeds things up on the rostrum.
Absolutely, yeah.
Great rostrum and all that, but if you look up there, you can see that there's only boxes really on one side of it. So if you have 10 people coming up and 10 people going off, how do you get to the same place to put your transmitter down and pick it up?
Absolutely, yep. Good point. So, that should speed up the changeovers, which means we can just get the racing, get a bit more racing.
That's it, because we started off, I believe, on 4.5-minute runs, and then we reduced it down to 4-minute runs because we were following behind the schedule. I'm being attacked by a gnome.
Yeah.
And then we sped it up, and they've gone back to 4.5-minute runs, I believe.
Excellent. So people get a bit more track time, scrubbing the tyres a bit more now.
That's it, yeah. And I think there was a lot in both rounds 4 and 5 of people scrubbing tyres in.
Yep. So getting themselves all set up, ready for, ultimately, I guess, ready for qualifying. That's what matters.
I think so, because tomorrow morning isn't necessarily a good time to scrub in your tires because the temperatures will be colder and who knows what the weather's going to be like. So people are taking the opportunity today to get the work done.
Yeah, it's The interesting thing there is that you said the weather, and we hope that, we've fingers are firmly crossed. The weather does look good, but we are in this place called England where where the weather does have this habit of changing.
Well, we're trying to tell all the foreigners it's like this all the time. We've just got a bad rap over here.
I think, if anything, this is poor weather for us.
It is. It is bad. Yeah.
We're standing here in t-shirts and shorts and going, it's not normal for. We're in August now, aren't we?
Oh God, no. I mean, geez, way overdressed.
Yeah. We should not normally be in just speedos, wouldn't we?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Little mankini and all that.
Yeah.
No, that's wrong.
There we
wrong
go. No, let's move on quickly.
Move on quickly, yeah. So, I mean, it's great to have you guys here, Nick and the whole team. Wonderful. Thank you very much for coming.
That's pleasure. Nick's not here.
Sorry. I mean, thanks for Nick for sending his team.
That's better, yeah. So, for some reason, Nick was turning up for about an hour or so to help set up, and he's still not here.
Okay.
So, we're not sure about that.
I know he's a busy man.
He is.
Well,
he's very clearly very busy. Maybe he's... I don't know if work knows that he's here or not. He's working from home. Our classic.
The shed of shame home.
Yeah. So what are you doing for a job now? Now you've moved out to Sweden.
I've gone back. Well, I ran a painting and decorating company in England.
Yep.
But I also did site management on car showroom refurbishment. Sort of did 2 in 1. And I've just actually gone back on the tools, just painting.
Ah. Plenty to keep you busy out there.
Yeah, it's been shocking for my body.
Yeah.
It hurt.
It's manual labour, isn't it?
It is. It hurt. But I think it's better now. It took me a couple of months to get used to it. So, yeah, it's good. We bought a house, so we're moving in about a month. Bought a new van, bought a new car. Spent like a lot of money.
Lot of money. Yeah,
a lot of money. It hurts.
But worth it overall. Living out in Sweden.
I mean, she's listening, so say hi to Camilla.
Oh, hello.
Camilla.
Hello, Camilla.
Yeah, and they have some interesting names out there.
They do.
I mean, I could tell you when I met Camilla, she said, "Hi, my name is Camilla," like that, and I couldn't understand her.
No.
But they also have the common name out there is Gunilla.
Gunilla.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bent. Per.
All very classic.
Very normal.
Yeah.
Very normal in Sweden, but me is like, what was that?
Yeah.
Hi, Camilla.
You learning Swedish then?
Yeah, I can say, jag skulle vilja ha en kaffe tack.
No idea.
That means I would like to have a coffee, please.
It's simple, but effective.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, that's what we need.
Yeah, I mean, last week I was commentating in a place called Lidköping.
Leeds Shopping?
Leeds Shopping.
Leeds Shopping Centre.
And it's you spell that Lidkoping.
Okay.
Pronounced Lidköping.
Lidköping, right.
K is pronounced with a sh.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So get into grips with it quickly then.
Yeah. No. It's hard. It's very, very hard.
Now, Trelleborg is your home now.
Yes.
Where we were last year for the Euros, as we said earlier, and that was obviously on a temporary track.
That's correct.
In an ice hockey arena, which meant we had the roof, so no rain issues.
Yep.
Shouldn't get rain issues here because we're in England. It never rains.
That's right.
England.
Never.
But a much bigger track here this year. So
yes.
Is that going to change racing? Do you think? I mean, it's bigger. It's a bit faster, but is that?
I think a lot of things. Yes, it's bigger. The width should be the same, but the grip is better here.
Okay.
And there's not really any jump sections that the cars are struggling with. So we're not going to see, people having trouble to get over those couple of double jumps that we had last year.
Yes, there's no kind of do or die. You can double it, you can single it, or yeah.
Although they are on the below the rostrum where the double jump.
Yep.
They can jump from that first jump onto the tabletop.
Okay.
And I think I've been told Chris Doughty's done it already with 2-wheel drive.
Right. Oh wow.
4-wheel drive, that'll be the normal.
That'll be the normal thing, landing on the table.
Landing up on the table.
Interesting.
And then these other little ones here that car's going through now, they will be trying to jump from the first one onto that
all
little
the way
tabletop.
through. Yeah. I'll be interested to see as the grip comes up, 4-wheel drive in particular. Should be fun to see that.
I mean, it won't be like Trelleborg where you struggle to actually make the jump.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to make it, but if 5 people are doing it regularly, how many other people will try it?
Going to try as well.
And then there'll be a lot of crashing.
Particularly in 4-wheel drive where the crashes are just bigger.
Yes.
Yeah.
More spectacular.
They are. Yeah. Oh, no.
Straight out to Marshall.
I mean, Mr. Hardesty is attacking us with the same pole he's using to race direct with.
That's for practice 2, round to the line.
Right. He's
great. He doesn't come along to races near enough, does he?
No. Hasn't got much hair though.
No. He was getting a sunburn earlier on his head.
That's what he had a hat on. Oh, he's got multiple hats.
Yeah.
Multiple
he does,
hats. Yeah. So, yeah. So, all set for a good week then, aren't we?
I think we are, yes. Yeah, looking forward to it. If I'm taking up too much time, just tell me to go. We'll give me the wink. No, you
got
don't
sunglasses on. Can't see now. No.
Punch me in the kidneys then when you want me to leave.
That's a little bit harsh.
I know, but it sounded good for you guys out there, didn't it? So I would like to see that everyone out there listening, get on to Facebook and Twitter and everything else you can. Share it with as many people as possible. This is the first time it's been in England, the European Championships, I believe since 1999.
Yeah.
And Tiverton. I could be wrong, but I know it's an odd year, and I believe it was before I started racing.
Sounds about right, yeah.
So I think it's 99 in Tiverton. We want to get the most viewers you've ever had on RC Racing TV for this event.
That would be
to
awesome.
show to everybody that England can have good events.
Yep.
It can be hosted well, and of course the weather is beautiful.
Yes.
So please, everyone, share it with everyone you can. You know, I know it's difficult because you're at work this week, but certainly Wednesday afternoon you can skive off for a couple hours, flip on, and get our viewers' totals up, please. Please, please.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think it would be awesome to get as many people out there watching as we can. We want to say a big thank you to EFRA for asking us to come along here to cover it.
Absolutely, yes.
Thank you,
EFRA.
coverage. And yeah, they're putting on all the Euros throughout the year for all the different classes.
Yes.
As many of the team have been at plenty of other places all year.
Oh, I did. I was watching the large scale last weekend in Austria.
Yep.
I think they did a good job. I was very...
It's very different now, this racing to large scale, isn't it?
Massive. I've never actually even seen fifth scale on the TV, let alone in person.
I've covered fifth scale a few times, and it's wow. Since we're here, Robin Hood, I'm going to say prefer 1/10 scale racing. Well, if I was there, I'd say prefer that one.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, fair enough.
No, so
I mean, I've only ever done 1/10 off road. I don't have enough time or brain power in my life to do more than one class. You know, I do two classes.
Or money.
Yeah, two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive.
Yep.
But I think I just stumbled across certainly what I would say is the most fair class of racing. You know, tires normally aren't an issue, or money is not an issue, power is not an issue. It's talent and setup. You know.
So why are you doing the class then if it's down to talent?
Oh, well, I'm doing it, but I'm no good.
Oh right, okay.
Although I am a 3-time national champion in England.
Are you?
Veterans champion.
Veterans champion.
The old people's champion.
You got those trophies up on your mantelpiece?
Yes.
Good.
And you know, like at the BRCA Nationals, or maybe they do this in touring car as well, they have a trophy where they put everyone's name on for year to year to year.
Yes.
Well, they didn't have those.
Ah.
So I bought them.
Right.
And my name's on there first. And they've took them from me. I don't have them anymore. I'm going to ask.
You bought the trophies.
I bought the trophies myself.
Just to put your name on them.
Yeah.
You want to be engraved on there.
It's on the 4-wheel drive twice and the 2-wheel drive once before Alex Springer took it from me. Thanks, Alex. But I am
going to come back and race the veterans again.
I'm not sure if I'm doing it this year. I have a very busy rest of the year. I am going to the Plus 40 unofficial World Championships in Vasa later this month. I believe it's in 2 weeks from this weekend.
It is.
So I'm doing that.
That's going to be awesome to go back to the World's track.
Back to the World's track. Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah.
As many people said, the best Worlds ever.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so, definitely. I know a lot of people said the last one in California was, don't think so. But, you know, that's my opinion. I think that what they did there in Finland was awesome, and I can't wait to go back and race on your track. And they've got like an event planned for every night.
Wow.
Do you know they have a car impound, so you can't work on your car after hours?
Really?
Yeah.
That's an interesting idea.
Yeah. They also have a tire gluing service.
Tire gluing service?
Yeah.
Oh.
Perfect.
That's good.
And the wonderful guys from Euro RC have said that they're going to be a mechanic for me.
So you're just going to have to
drive, baby.
Basically, are you doing a Mark Reinhardt then? You're turning up the race with a handset, and then someone's going, "Here you go."
That's it. But I've not told them. I'm taking a brand new car for them to build.
Right.
I need new electrics put in because some of them that I have aren't legal, because I am going to Japan to race at the Worlds.
Right.
So yeah, they're going to be busy. So
you're going to race at the Worlds as
well? I am, yes.
Ah.
I wasn't going to the move and the new house, but for me, the first time the World's on Astro, and I want to be part of it.
Yeah. I mean that's something that's a big talking point this year is the migration really of off-road racing to Astro and higher grip surfaces. We've seen it, in the UK for quite a few years. We have AstroTurf, and if anything, this track is odd, not because of how good it is, but because of the fact it's dirt rather than AstroTurf.
Yeah. I mean, I like racing on dirt. Don't get me wrong. I'm not anti-dirt, but I'm anti-dirt in England because we don't have the weather.
Yeah.
I live, 220 miles from here. So, and everywhere else in the world, it's like 450 kilometers. And I'm not going to drive all that way for a weekend race. And if it rains, then you don't race.
Yeah.
So, it's just, you don't have the time to do it. So I've raced here a few times, and it's a great track. But I'd prefer to hedge my bet and go to an Astro track so you can race even if it rains
You can race in the rain. Yeah, absolutely. And Yatabi, it's going to be very interesting having a race on a very high grip indoor purpose-built track. First time the World Championship is going to be there, so that's going to, I'm sure that's going to throw up some interesting results as well.
I think so. I mean, I truly hope, and I believe this will happen, that the Yatabi Arena builds a fantastic track. The warm-up track was a little to be desired.
Yeah. I think that's fair to say.
Pretty flat and not very exciting, and they have said the track will be nothing like it, so hopefully it means more features and not less. But I think when the world watches the top drivers in the world race on AstroTurf on a good track and realize that it's not taken away from dirt, there's certain countries you can't race on dirt.
Yeah.
And then of course Yatabi are selling it to the people as you have to do less maintenance on your car and it's easier to maintain the track.
Yeah.
It's cheaper to run a venue with AstroTurf. So all you dirt lovers out there, don't get angry. I'm not anti-dirt. I'm just pro-Astro because I live in a rainy country.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I mean a sunny country.
Yeah, it's very sunny country. Yeah. Or very sunny. Well, you used to live in a very sunny country.
I mean, I wasn't going to come to this event here because of just moving to Sweden and all that. And the first time the Euros have been in England since I've been racing, so I'm coming. I wasn't going to go to Japan, but the first time for the Worlds on Astro, so I'm going.
Those things you have to do, isn't they?
I'm fortunate that I have the ability to do it, so don't get me wrong.
Yes.
And I only got in last minute for the Worlds on extra places that other blocks didn't want.
Yep.
So I'm not good enough to qualify my country. Heaven's sake, please no.
So what country are you racing for out there?
I'm racing for England.
Oh.
There is a rule that you have to race for the country of the issue of your passport. So I could race in England, or if I went to America and qualified, I could drive for America. But I would never qualify out there.
You're not going to beat Tebow? No. Only Mayfield and Cav.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I think it's interesting that actually we now have two very different forms of off-road racing.
Absolutely.
We've got dirt races like we got here, a lot of dirt racing, particularly in the States as well.
Yeah.
And then we've got the AstroTurf racing as well, and I think the two can coexist and are two just different forms of the same racing.
I mean, the way I look at it is, let's take the Euros or the Worlds as a series, and let's say 1 year race on dirt, 2 years later race on Astro, and then maybe 2 years later even go to something like grass, because there's still a lot of grass racing.
That's true, yeah.
Or a multi-surface or something like that. There's lots of places around the world that don't have the opportunity to race on tracks like this.
Yep.
So let's spread it out. The top drivers are still going to win.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you watch the warm-up and stuff, and, Ryan Cavallari and Tebow and those guys, they weren't slow, were they?
No, absolutely not.
They'll get to grips with it. But something you might not have known about Robin Hood Raceway is originally it was going to have a roof on it.
Was it really?
Yeah. Have a guess why it doesn't have a roof on it.
Is it? Well, I'm guessing it's one of two things.
Yeah.
One being money, and the second one being planning permission.
You're right with the second one.
Right.
Council, nope, don't need a roof on that. Why not? It's not going to block anyone's view if you get camera pan around
here, are we?
Eventually over the weekend you'll see we're in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I know James tried really hard, and I think he really had to search his soul, do some soul searching to see if he wanted to build a track without a roof because of the weather.
Yeah.
And he's done it.
Yeah.
And it's been here a few years, and they've learned a lot on how to prepare the track, and look at him now.
Absolutely, yeah. It's and I think as the sun comes out, it makes it look even nicer, doesn't it?
It does. I mean, we're actually speaking with like Damien Whittle, who you interviewed.
Yep.
Hello, Damien. Good job. we were thinking that the lap times might be changing as to when there's clouds and not clouds.
Yes. Yeah.
So I mean, again, all you guys that race on dirt out there all the time probably know this, but we don't. We're learning as we go.
Yep. Yep. We'll have to. It's a new learning curve for everyone, and as we said, even the UK guys who are fairly local to this haven't raced on this track much because we don't race on dirt an awful lot. They have one or two big events here each year.
Yeah.
So it is kind of a really good example of a level playing field.
It is, and I think the people that know about dirt tracks would understand why you wouldn't race on a dirt track very much if it's bad weather, not just because of the rain, but the amount of preparation it takes to get it ready, to get it to a level like this. You don't just put the covers on and we'll come back in 6 months and pull the covers off and it's perfect.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen like that.
Absolutely. We've seen, I mean, so many Euros in the past. Not last year in Sweden because we were indoors, but so many other years we've been to where we've had a day of rain. We've had a couple of hours of rain, and then.
They've not had covers,
more amount of time than just getting the track back to a state where we can race on it, and that's the work that's required. And we've got a fantastic club here and a fantastic team of people that will put the effort in. But to have the covers as well is going to make things that much easier if we get some of that very untypically British rain.
Of course. I mean, we only have the covers here because, we do get rain in the winter.
Yes.
In the winter we get rain, but the covers are here just to protect it.
Just from that 1 or 2 days of rain each year we get. Yeah, but I think they're pulling the covers over like each night and things, aren't they, as well?
Oh, of course, just to protect. They don't want anyone going out there with, something on their shoes and messing up the grip.
Yeah. You wouldn't do that, would you?
Oh, God, no.
No.
I'll be back at the hotel. Drink a beer with you.
Drinking beer. Have a beer. Yeah. I hope you checked out the pubs for me.
We'll talk about that later.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, of course I have. I know everything.
Good.
Not.
So, I don't even know where we're up to now. What group's on track?
It's 8-3. Number 3. So we've still got 10 more.
10 more to go.
Yeah.
For today, and we've got the opening ceremony tonight.
Oh yeah, that should be fun.
Should be fun indeed.
Are you filming all that?
Yeah, why not? We could do.
I don't know. I mean,
are you going to commentate on the opening ceremony?
I don't know. I've not been asked. I've not been told anything.
Oh, well, if you're not, come up here and we can.
Yeah, I'll come up and do it with you.
Talk about, have you watched Eurovision Song Contest much?
No.
No. Well, this will be a new experience for you then. We'll take some learnings from that. How to discuss other countries.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
I mean, some of my
no one will get offended at all. I promise.
Oh, good. Because say some of my new in-laws
are
really into that, and I made the mistake of saying.
I think we're missing a mark. 0.1, please, for this.
Yeah. But you know what I mean. It's it'll be fun. I mean, I've been involved in opening ceremonies, but normally taking part.
Yes, walking around with the flag.
Yeah.
Trying to spear the other teams.
Of course. Yeah, I think when was it? The first Euros I went to was in France, and it was right after the United Kingdom had been awarded the Olympics.
Yes,
and
I was there as well.
Ran and stole the flag.
Yeah.
Ran around with other people's flags. Yeah, that was Roundy, by the way. Good job, Roundy.
I haven't seen Roundy yet.
I don't think he's here.
He's not. What?
He's not here. Well, I've not seen him.
Because I want to have a little chat with him. Because I've heard some interesting things that happened at EOS in Slovakia.
What, recently?
Yes, this year.
Yeah.
From I want to hear some things from his side of the story there.
Okay, Roundy.
Yeah.
Or if anybody knows Neil Round, known as Roundy, please tell him he's required up here at Robin Hood Raceway.
Okay,
so,
yeah, I'm guessing that everyone in the UK who races electric off-road will be here at least on one of the days.
I would hope so.
I already know. I've got some people coming up for two-wheel drive finals day. Who aren't even off-road racers anymore.
Well, I mean, I've spoken to people and said, if you can make it, Wednesday or Saturday is without doubt the best days to come. Yep. Because finals day.
Finals. That's why we're here. Race for the win.
If you can't get time off of work, certainly when it comes time to finals day on Saturday, if you can't get time off work during the week, I want to see the stands full and every square inch around the track just full of people.
Full of people. Yep. Yeah, that's what we want.
Yeah.
We've seen it plenty of times at other Euros, so let's get everyone in the UK
absolutely
over to Robin Hood Raceway. Wednesday, Saturday, or any day they can make it.
Absolutely. If you can't come Wednesday or Saturday, but you can come Tuesday or Thursday or Friday, please do come by. And
yeah.
I hope I'm not speaking out of turn, but from my point of view, come say hello if I'm commentating, or maybe come say hello to you. And
absolutely.
You know,
come and say hi to us.
We're looking for things to share.
You've got
with,
a long time to fill.
I was going to say the country, with the viewers out there.
Everyone around the world.
Around the world.
I don't know how many countries are watching us at the moment, but we normally get those stats afterwards, and we get those occasional people from Australia, South America, South Africa, wherever they are.
Yeah.
In fact, so wherever you're watching, hello to you. Whatever country you call home.
Absolutely.
If it's you who calls about 4 countries home now.
Pretty much, yeah.
So your accent's going to get very interesting then, isn't it? Because it's already unique.
It is,
a mix of Canadian, American, British.
Yeah. Swedish.
Add Swedish into it.
I need to find a way to use all of those words and put it into one word.
Yeah.
But, you know, the problem we've got is English and Swedish are both ish.
Yes.
At the moment, I'm going to start to learn Swinglish.
Good.
Which is like bad Swedish with English.
Yeah. Are you still at the point of pointing and talking loudly?
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I could tell you a fun little story. I was over there, and I was riding my bicycle, and there was some women up in front of me, and I started yelling, "Hello, hello, please move, hello." And then I yelled, "Hey!" And they all moved over and go, "Oh, hey." And I forgot that hey is hello in Sweden.
Right.
So I thought I was being rude by yelling hey, but I just actually said hello.
Simple things, eh?
Yeah, it's things that make us happy.
Andrew Webb, 22.33.
Getting harassed by Martin Owen, so anyone out there know Martin Owen, send him a message.
Yeah. We can talk to Martin on what day did he said Friday, didn't he?
He did say Friday, yeah.
So
So you know Martin, send him a message and tell him he's on the racing TV show on Friday.
Yeah.
Also, hopefully, Matthias France's dad.
Yes.
Francis Franzen.
We will chat with him later on this week as well.
I mean, I'll get some people to come up and talk.
Yeah, just,
or,
anyone.
I mean, when you get ready to do your pit walk, pit interviews, I'll come with you and we'll just force people to do it.
Yeah, we'll just,
I'll hold them.
Hold them down.
Hold them down,
yeah. We need to figure out how far this microphone will go into the pits, but we'll do that. I'm wireless.
Oh, right, you're wireless. Yeah, good.
Yeah, I'm not going to,
I'm thinking, there's a wire there. I bet it goes to your pocket.
Yeah. So we'll do that. I already chatted to a few people in the pits, so I went around saying my hellos this morning.
Good.
To everyone. People seem really kind of upbeat and excited about this race, which is really good. So that's not just the Brits, that's people from everywhere.
Yes, I completely agree. Lots of people are very happy.
Now, one thing I do want to talk about, and you're going to be a good person to help me out with this, I think. Last time in Sweden, we saw the emergence of a number of superstar youngsters.
Oh, yes.
That was the big story really from last year's event. So is this year's story going to be how much further are they going to go?
I think possibly, yeah. I mean, in that last heat of qualifying of round 5, Una Hattinen put in some hot laps, and he was one of the superstars. Of course, he made the A final in 2-wheel drive, and Daniel Kobovic in 4-wheel drive.
Yeah.
Malin did not have a great year last year. She's driving a brand new car today, so I don't know if Malin's going to do as good as she might hope in 2-wheel drive, but certainly her 4-wheel drive she'll be quick.
Yeah, absolutely. Won plenty of championships back in the Scandinavian countries.
But I'm excited to say there's 3 or 4 British drivers now that are young.
Yeah.
Jack Hurst, Luke and Josh Holdworth, to name 3 of them. Maybe there's 4. I can't remember the 4th one, but they're very young.
Yeah.
And
we should keep an eye on them.
They're quick.
Absolutely,
I think a couple of them are, top 40 in the country at the moment, and in first year nationals.
Awesome. Yeah, all the youngsters coming up and fast, aren't they now? Or we just getting older.
Oh yeah.
And that. But I think
the older I get, the faster they go.
Definitely.
Yeah. But
Una Hattinen, I think, has a fantastic record from becoming the youngest person to make a Euros A final, which was a record he held for an impressive 2.5 days before Daniel Kovovic comes along and puts it in the main in 4-wheel drive. But fantastic achievement still for all of them, and Orlovsky as well, making it into the main. So three youngsters in the 4-wheel drive main last year, and see if they can repeat that this year in the UK.
Well, I mean, certainly when we get to maybe heat 7 or 8 or so, start asking your camera guy just to show the rostrum, and you'll see like 8 big burly blokes with a small child.
Yeah.
You know, say small, 8, 9, 10 years old, and that's the way the sport is going. I mean, I've been racing in Sweden, and I think at the last Swedish Cup I went to, there was 5 under 12s in the A final.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's what we need, and it's great to see, particularly in 1/10 off-road, those youngsters are coming through. And it always seems to me, at 1/10 off-road, there's a very family and friendly atmosphere there. So that's always going to help, isn't it?
But I mean, it's been a year since we've seen Una drive. I've not seen him.
No.
In that last round number 5, he put in some good laps and he was looking good. It's amazing to watch his opposite lock when he goes around a corner and the rear end comes out.
It is, yeah.
Maybe at some stage you could get a bit of that on camera. It's just lightning fast for an opposite lock. The rear end starts coming around, he steers, but it's not like he just steers to correct it. He flicks the steering wheels right and left. I can't even move my hands that quick. But a year on, and how much will he have improved, I think is a big question.
Yeah, we'll definitely be keeping an eye out for him and the rest of the youngsters as
I do believe the competition here is a lot greater than it was last year.
Got a lot of very, very fast guys.
Yeah.
And a lot of people very fast on this track, it seems, as well.
I think, and I think, one crash certainly will cost you 20 or 30 places. A bobbler bouncing off a track marking could be 10 places. Who's going to get 2 runs in or 3 runs in, whatever it is. It's 3 out of 5 to qualify, I believe. Who's going to get the runs in? And how close is it going to be? I think it's going to be insanely close.
It is, yeah.
I don't even think we're going to have an absolute runaway TQ, man. I don't think so.
I don't think we will either. We've had Neil Craig being very fast in practice. We know Lee Marston is fast.
Of course.
Ronnefelk is fast as well. Cockrell's was quicker than the last one. He was talking himself down a bit there.
He still did a 21.09 or something, didn't he?
It's a bit quick, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, well, okay, right. So yes, it was 0.2 of a second off the ultimate lap of the day.
But the important thing is, and you see this a lot more in off-road racing than in on-road racing, I think.
Yeah.
You get the hot laps, that's great, but it's about the 5-minute consistency run. In on-road racing, if you can score the fastest lap, generally those guys are the fast ones at the front. In off-road in particular, you see the guys who can bang in a fast lap, but they're not always the guys at the front after 5 minutes.
That's true, and we are pretty much on the speaker here at the track talking about fast laps. It's no indication for anyone. Of course, everyone wants to do their fastest lap, but that's the easiest thing to talk about during practice because there's nothing else to talk about. And the fast guys want to do the fastest lap, but make no mistake, they're out there trying to do fast laps, but they're testing stuff and they're trying stuff and they're learning lines. And I think someone said Ronnefelk did something through this section in one of the runs. I can only guess it was learning maybe some type of passing move or something. I'm not quite sure.
Well, so have to keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, so fastest lap is important to them, but I think for these guys today, they want to see their name near the top of the sheet scored over 2 laps, because that's the way
the two combined.
The two consecutive fastest laps put together. Because I mean, if you go over there and look at the sheet, it's still going to be the same guys.
Yep.
But in what order? 2 laps isn't a real indication of what 5 minutes is going to do.
It's not, no.
But it's all we have at the moment.
Yep, it is.
Sorry, I'm in the way of some stranger here.
Well, I don't know what. That symbol means everything's fine. Good.
The big thumbs up.
Yeah.
And I'm still all right talking to you.
Yeah. You're not got to go back and talk on?
No, I'm sharing it with Damien Whittle today.
Yep. And
to be fair, I don't want to be on the microphone. I talk different on that one. This is nice because you can't hear yourself in the loudspeakers. So when you're on the loudspeakers, I tend to talk louder.
Save your voice a bit more then.
Save my voice a bit more. Plus, I mean, this is Damien's local track. We're very close to him. He wants to be part of it. Everybody, we're here to share. And
definitely.
I mean, as a track commentator, practice day is tough to speak about.
Yes, it's not that's why we're trying to get all some interviews and stuff in now. And yeah, we definitely want to talk to Mr. Worsley. We're going to talk to him earlier, but then he looked like he was doing something very important.
Oh, he's always doing something important.
Yeah. So we'll go over. Although I have also seen someone else who I definitely want to talk to, and he's sitting right up there on the top of the grandstands. Just in fact, almost if he heard me walking off now.
Right. I saw Craig Drescher's here as well.
Is Mr. Drescher here?
He is, yes.
I will need to talk to him as well.
I was trying to talk Kevin Moore into coming.
Ah.
Yeah.
But he's
Oh wait, this is from my. I just got a message from my RC, Euro RC friends. Let's have a look, see what he says. That's my missus. Auntie Sylvaninini. Hey, find Carrie's Salmella from the pits and get new shades.
Ah.
Okay.
That's harsh.
No, what? I mean,
well,
he's giving them to me.
Oh.
Free shades, isn't it?
Free shades. That's not a bad thing.
So that's my friends at Euro RC out there. They're going to be looking after me at the Plus 40 Worlds coming up. Unofficial Worlds, I have to say. I wish they would make it official Worlds. Do you know about the Plus 40, do you, Chris?
Yeah. Mr. Hardesty nodding
along. You think it's a good idea?
Yeah, I'm looking for plus 60 now.
Plus 60?
He wants a plus 60.
I'm all for it.
A subclass there.
There is actually a subclass.
Yeah.
Plus 40, plus 50, plus 60.
Which one are you in?
Plus 40.
Have you got Mr. Stafford to come yet?
No.
Aww.
No. Everyone that knows Ellis, send him a message.
Yeah.
He wimped out. He doesn't want to be the first plus 40
world champion.
Okay,
world champion.
Asking, the shop has got some dual stage Proline inserts back in again.
Oh.
Do you want to go over there?
Do you need some? You don't need any inserts at the moment, do you?
No, I don't need any inserts, but it's interesting to know they ran out of them.
They ran out of dual stage inserts.
So we'll have to speak to people and see what they're running.
Yeah. Inserts make a big difference in the tyres then?
They do, yeah.
On point, please, quick as you can, 10 seconds.
You know, we've got the Proline tyres, but there's two compounds, M3 and M4.
Yep.
And
the
of
M4
course,
being softer.
I believe so.
Quick as you can, please.
And it's an open insert. You can use whatever you want. So, I believe. I mean, I could be wrong. I don't read the rules. And a lot of people were talking about the two-stage ones. I mean, I have so little experience with these tires because I don't race on dirt.
Yeah.
And the only experience I'm going to have when I go to Finland is the Euro RC guys gluing my tires up for me.
Awesome.
Sure. I'll keep plugging you guys. Euro RC. You keep helping me. Perfect. So, yeah, if they've run out of them and just had to restock them from somewhere, maybe they're popular.
I'd just like to make a comment. If you can imagine doing plus 40 in this class now, look at the normal A finalists in the Nationals.
Yeah? Well, we can't get Ellis Stafford to go. He's chicken. He's scared of me. Got that, Ellis?
Yeah. This is one of the best classes in the world, but it's also one of the oldest ones for A finals now.
There you go.
Yeah.
You want to tell him? Tell him.
Yeah. So, oldest people in the world making A finals at Nationals for
Yep. Yes, what he's saying is, in this class, we have the oldest average age of driver that still makes A finals.
So just hearing from from Paul, who's looking after stuff, they're just doing some testing with all the replay stuff at the moment. So if you're seeing weird things on the screen that don't quite make sense, don't worry about it. They're just playing around with graphics and things like that. So making sure we are all set to go, ready for tomorrow for our qualifying day, and we can get you some replays thanks to VRC Pro.
Yeah.
And you can check out some slow-mos of some crashes, no doubt. Or possibly, or even better, some slow-mo passes.
Yeah.
That's good stuff we want to see, isn't it?
I guess this is your practice day as well?
Yes, it is. Yeah. Yeah.
There's another one you need to speak to, William White.
Yep, we'll do that.
Irish driver?
Yes.
There's another nice yang, Holland, Matthias. Very friendly, very nice guy.
Awesome. Everyone's friendly at Euros.
I know, they are. Well, no, they're not.
No.
I could tell you a few.
Well, yeah.
I'm not gonna.
Most people are friendly at Euros.
Yeah. I mean, Adoka's never short of a word to say. You could speak to him.
Oh, should I do? I might going to do that.
Hey?
I might go and do that now, actually.
Go do it.
Can I have a chat with him?
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I will say thank you very much for the time.
Okay, awesome. Well, we'll talk an awful lot more this week.
I do hope so.
And we're gonna get wired up to all of the track commentary stuff as well. So you're gonna hear plenty of DC and the whole team.
And team, yeah.
You got plenty of people helping you out as well on comms. So
good.
yeah, we'll all get involved in that
yep.
as we move into. It's way better tomorrow when we actually get qualifying underway.
So exciting. So exciting.
Yep.
Right, well, thank you very
Awesome.
much, and thank you, RC Racing TV.
Dave Church,
I'll
thank you very
speak to
much
you
once
later.
again, and we'll see you soon. I'm going to go and have a little wander over the other side of the track, and we'll talk to Tony. Walk around the back of our little media centre. Hopefully this doesn't cut out. I'm not going to be able to hear it if it is so. Paul will have to wave at me if this goes wrong. Oh no, Tony's actually going to go up on the driver's stand now to go and race. So that's really not going to work. Going to talk to him. So we'll have to talk to Tony later on as they all get ready for the next heat to go up. So as we are kind of coming towards the end of our practice day here, two-wheel drive class at the Off-Road European Championships. I'm going to see if I can actually doorstep anyone else. Yeah, there we go. There we go. That's someone we need to talk to. Come around the back of race control, and it's two of the most important people in the whole world right here. And I'm being pointed directly to the one and only Mr. Worsley. Euro's back in England. Didn't think we were going to see this for a while, did we?
Well, no, it's the first time since 2002. Before then it was 1998. And it was James Helliwell had mentioned it to me, who is the guy that runs this venue 2 years ago. What did I think? And I said, well, providing you think you can do it and you understand everything that is going to be required, then yeah, we'll put it in an application. So we did, and we got it. But it's been 2 years in the planning. There's been a lot of work done here, a lot of work. I've had a lot of meetings with them over 2 years, and fortunately most of the guys that help have done ECs themselves in the past, so they know what's expected, so that's been a big help. But yeah, it's great to have it back in UK. Really, really good.
It is indeed, and as we go through this week, we've got a lot of racing to come. The track looks really great at the moment. It should hold up this week of racing. They've got the rain covers to help them out as well. As you say, it's a lot of work's going into this, and you know that from all the Euros that we've seen around the last few years. You know how much work goes into actually putting one of these events together.
Oh yes, there's a huge amount of work goes into, especially the track. Fortunately, the track was built using all the right stuff in the first place. We did a lot of work, and James himself did a lot of work as regards soil samples and testing to find out what type of soil was best. And I think this soil all came in from off the northeast coast near Scarborough. Samples on soil brought back from Finland, because we know that works well. Where that was the nearest we could find something similar. So lots and lots and lots of tons of soil, lots and lots of lorry loads, and lots of work. But it's proved out to be correct, because we've run the warm-up here without a problem on the track, and they've run fairly big meetings here on a few occasions without too much of a problem on the track. And I have to say that James Helliwell, he knows his piece of dirt, he knows how to treat it. I gave him a little advice on a chemical to use on it to maintain water in it, which helps, and that works. But he knows his track, he knows how to treat it, he knows how to prepare it.
It does need it. In fact, we've said this kind of when we've been at Euros in the past, when we've maybe had some rain or something. Me and you have been sat at the track and we've wondered what on earth are they doing to get it back into shape, but suddenly they know what they're doing, and it comes back together. Hopefully we won't have this with the rain covers and things this year, but yeah, it's the guys behind the scenes that have put the track together done a really good job. And from your point of view as a section chairman, what's your role this week going to be?
That's a difficult one for me, because obviously I've been heavily involved with them here in the 2 years, and especially in the last 6 months exactly.
Yep.
And yes, I've done all the paperwork for them, etc. But I normally do that for most countries anyway. I always do all the schedules and the heat listing and everything, and do any adjustments to them for them. I've done it for so many years, so it's easy for me to do it, and I know the people as well. And so today's been a very busy day, yes, for me, but fortunately our race director Chris Hardesty has managed all the racing side of things. He's well in tune with that. After today, I'm hoping for the next couple of days it can all just run smoothly and I can back off for a little bit, and then we start all over again on Thursday before we drive.
We do indeed, yeah, and I guess that's one of the tough things about this class of racing is the two events back to back at the track. It's 6 long days of racing, which is tough for you as the organisers, and also tough on the drivers as well.
Yeah, of course it is is tough. It's always tough. But do you know, I've mentioned this to many people over the years that we go to a national meeting in this country which lasts 2 days, and by the time we get to the end of the 2 days on the Sunday, we're completely worn out and we've got to get home to bed, we're completely worn out and tired. But when you come to a Euros which lasts 6 days, or a Worlds which sometimes lasts a day longer than that, you don't seem any more tired at the end of the week than you do at the end of a 2-day meeting. It's almost like your brain automatically programs yourself that you've got to last more days, so you don't feel tired after 2 days and completely bedridden. You carry on, you get used to it.
Yeah, and I've found this as well for kind of all the races I've done with RCTV. It doesn't matter if the race is 1 day long, 2 days long, or week long. You keep going, and suddenly you get to then you fall asleep about it.
That's right.
But yeah, no, it's great to have the Euros back in the UK. I'll let you kind of crack on with all your jobs for today. How are things going from your point of view? Any difficulties, any issues at all?
No, from my point of view, it's been very hectic today, but I know that's going to be the case. But everything's been very smooth. We've had 10 no-shows, which is a little disappointing. That has meant I've had to do a complete new schedule for the next 2 days and reduce down to 12 heats. But that doesn't take me too long because I've got it all up on programs so that I can do it very quickly.
So you've probably been in these sort of situations many a time, and you're kind of well rehearsed for these.
Yeah. I think in France in 2011 I did 10 schedules during the week.
I remember that one well. Yeah. So we had here's plan A, here's plan B, and if neither of these work.
Yeah. And in Chico 2 years ago for the Worlds, I did 10 schedules in 1 day for them because they didn't know how to operate the program. So it's all the sort of things that we keep in the backs of our minds. This is something we might have to do, and you prepare yourself for it. So yeah, there's something to do. Busy. I do a lot of checking on the first day, of checking that all the guys in Checker are all up to speed and know everything. I'd introduce them to all the equipment and show them how to use it, what to look for, etc. I spend quite a bit of time walking up through the pits, checking with team managers that everything's okay, because this is the day where you've got to get everything right, because the next 2 days is solid racing.
It is indeed, yeah. So you mentioned kind of about like sort of new schedule, and we're down to 12 heats. So we're going to have any kind of reseeding and resorting of drivers then?
Yes, there'll be a reseed tonight. What I've done is I'm logging down their best 2 consecutive laps in their practice runs. And I've got a program there that I should just, an Excel that I've done that I should just sort on that. I'm not going to do a 100% reseed. The top 3 heats, the chances are they'll be pretty much correct anyway, because I know what drivers should be in there. It's the ones below the top 3 heats. There'll be some pluses and minuses, some moves up and some moves down. If somebody's 1 heat away, or maybe even 2 heats away from where they deserve to be, either up or down, I may not move them. But if they're sort of 4 or 5 heats away from where they need to be, then I will. But I have to keep in mind that I need a country spread in each heat as well. You know, you can't just have 9 French drivers in 1 heat and no French drivers in the other heats, you know. So I have to keep that in mind as well.
Indeed, and I guess also with you talking about like the top 3 heats, you don't want to put ideally the 10 A finalists in 1 heat, because then we get 6 rounds of A finals and actually spread those drivers out and give everyone a chance to kind of qualify in.
Definitely not. The top 30 drivers which I selected in the first place to go in the top 3 heats, I spread them ability-wise over those 3 heats. As far as I'm concerned, they are all skilled drivers who will not cause problems for each other. Yes, there's going to be 2 or 3 in that are faster than the others in each of those heats, but the others know what to do when they come up behind them, and they won't cause them any problems. You can't put the top 10 fastest drivers in 1 heat, otherwise you just have a freight train touring around, because they won't let each other go by because they know they're going to beat them if they do. Yeah. So you have to spread them over the 3 heats. Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't know what your next on the list of tasks is going to be for you today.
I'm just going to check there's a new schedule on the scoreboard in there.
Okay, well, I'll let you go on with that then, and Paul will catch up with you later in the week. Thanks very much for talking to us.
Thank you.
There you go, Paul Worsley, who's the EFRA section chairman for this 1/10 off-road electric racing. So he is the main man at EFRA level, European level, for getting racing done.
Alright, so change over as quickly as you can. 50 seconds on the clock. Marshals on points, please. Quickly as you can. .30 seconds coming up. Here comes the start order.
Okay, we're about to get underway with another heat here.
Marshall's on point at the ready, 10 seconds. Well done, everybody. Brilliant job once again. Okay, as your numbers call, please, drivers.
So group number 8 off and running. Chris Hardsey asking if we're off there. No, we're on the air non-stop for 6 days. You can ask me a technical question on the air if you want as well. Hang on, let's bring the mic over.
I'm obviously monitoring the insults that are coming my way, so on the screen over there, of course. But there's a lag, and the lag varies, and I wondered why.
It's mostly due to the fact we're using a satellite connection, which is pretty stable, but it's trying to upload and download as much as it can as quickly as possible. We're trying to stream in the highest quality we can, so sometimes the lag will change ever so slightly.
But it's doing a great job of keeping it continuous, and I just wondered how it was doing it. That was quite clever.
It's technology, that's how it does it. Who knows? Who knows? I turn up and they give me a microphone.
And there's a big key in the back of that box over there, isn't there? You can just wind it up.
Yeah, that's exactly right, yeah. Yeah, we are casting our satellite all around Europe at the moment, so thanks to the guys who drove back from Austria on Saturday nights through Sunday, so ready to go here. Practice day winding down here. You getting tired yet, Chris?
No, it's gorgeous, isn't it? Look at it. Look at it. It's fantastic.
As we said, typical British weather.
Yeah, I'll hold off on
if anything, we've said, if anything, this isn't as nice as it normally is here in the UK. So if people are watching in different countries and you think about coming on holiday to the UK, this is poor weather for us. So it's much nicer than this.
Well, for an inhabitant of this country, it's great weather today. I like the wind. It's not too warm. It's lovely. It's great.
Nice chance to get sunburnt.
Yeah, perfect illumination on the track. Look.
Oh yeah, it is nice to have sun lighting a track and glistening off of the dirt in places as well, which is really nice to see.
Yeah, but it's not baking you though, is it? It's just pleasant.
It's very really nice. So nice, sensible weather.
This is beer drinking weather as well.
Have you started yet?
No, not allowed. Not allowed until after the last heat.
Last heat's done, and then then things happen. All right.
Where's Trish? 22.92 for Trish.
Paul, back here in the box of tricks. Everything running smoothly now?
Yes, the man who's not here was playing with things, but I think he's happy now. He appears to have gone away.
Okay, good. Has he gone away permanently, or?
No, I don't think he has. I think he's still not here in the tent behind us.
Right. Okay. I will. We'll see what he plays around with then. What we're up to now, group number 8. And this final round of practice for today. Final round. Have we decided yet? Are we streaming the opening ceremony?
No, we're not. No.
We're not going to. No. Well, so if anyone misses the opening ceremony, you can. I'm sure people at the track will be filming it on their iPhones, so you can watch it on YouTube afterwards. But we're gonna use that time to get everything tested out and ready. So for tomorrow morning, control practice, we are looking ready to go for that.
I believe we're starting at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning.
10 a.m. tomorrow morning, which is basically just in time for us to see all of the fast guys come out for their control practice round. So a 10 a.m. start.
That is, of course, subject to the new thing coming out that we haven't seen yet.
Oh, new time schedule,
yes. New schedule, yes.
Yes, but I think it's going to be a shorter time rather than a longer time. So we'll, if you need to head off for your dinner anytime soon, in fact don't, because you've got 4 heats to go, and all the superstars coming up soon, who I'm sure you want to watch as well. Yeah, we are on air 10 a.m. tomorrow. 10 a.m. 2 rounds of control practice, and then the 3 first qualifying rounds. Possibly crucial qualifying rounds, but possibly not. We'll never know.
I'm a bit confused.
You're confused?
As to whether or not it's 2 rounds that count or 3.
I believed it was 2, but DC said it was 3.
Yeah,
so
that's why I got confused.
I wondered that, and then I started doubting myself. So what we will do, certainly what we'll do before we come on air tomorrow, is we'll make sure we know for definite. But I read the rule book last week, and I'm pretty sure it was 2. And Tom Cockle thought it was 2 as well.
Yes, well, you'd hope he'd know.
Yeah, well, one thing I've learned from being at races and running races is the people that know the least about how to race are the racers. Quite frequently you get the question of, how many rounds is it? How many finals? And how many rounds to count? And how many rounds was it? And how many finals was it?
Onto the line, nice and steady, please. Next we have group number 9.
So, group number 9 about to start off here at the two-wheel drive European Championships. It's practice day, day number 1 of 6. Free practice here for the two-wheel drive class. We are here, thank you to EFRA for asking us here to come and cover the European Championships. Also thank you to Team Orion, Team Durango and the DX210, and our replay sponsor VRC Pro. Thank you to all of them. Without them, we would be at home, not doing much probably, not watching this. If you are enjoying this, get on the Facebook chat, YouTube chat.
Okay, drivers, as your numbers call, please.
I'm just seeing if we can actually get some good enough internets here in our shed. Things are happening. Oh, that appears to work. Shall I log in as me or shall we log in as you, Paul?
I think you're probably best you because you've got access to the Facebook admin.
Right, that would make sense. So if anyone does see anything odd being posted on Facebook over the next 6 days, it could be me or it could be Paul then sitting there using my... What's my password? No, that's not how you spell it. Let's guess at that one. Has this worked? No, it's not. Oh, the email I entered does not belong to any accounts. That's definitely my email address.
Let's get everyone on 2 laps. Kevin, 22-3, 22-5, Nathan, 22-4.
And that's not... Right, now I've got my email address right, but not my password.
Connor, 22-5. And everyone else in 24.
Is this really painful for you, Paul?
Yes.
3 minutes left.
There we go, I think that's working now.
Good mark, good mark.
Yes, yes it has.
2 minutes, 45 seconds left. And that was into the 21-second lap times yet. 22-3 from Kevin Hunt, looking like the quickest lap so far. And to the 22-9. I'll just start reading out as you do your quickest lap. People on their 6th lap now. Ludwig, 22-1. Roman, 23-0.
Right, a few more people to add to the Facebook group. Let's rattle through some of these as quickly as possible. Joe Howson, hello to you. You are now a member of the RC Racing TV Facebook group. Hopefully. Yeah, there we go. Michael Ball, hello to you. I know Michael. Michael's not too far away from here, so make sure you pop down, Michael, at some point if you can get away from the shop for a while. Next person on the list to have a look at. Oh yeah, that's the definite short course truck they've got in their picture. So Hideki Koivisto? Let's go with that. Hideki Koivisto. Yes, you're a real person, I think. and you've got a picture of a short course track there. So yes, you are now a member of the RC Racing TV Facebook group. Next person doesn't say where they're from. They're friends with a couple of people in Portugal though, so they may be Portuguese. So, Felipe Mott, welcome to the Facebook group. I don't think this person is... They might be real, but they're clearly not really an RC fan at all. I'm going to say no to this person. Finley Mark. Oh, no, not that button. I apologise. If you are a real person, then please do re-request and we will sort that out. But for the moment, I'm going to not say yes to you. Next up, someone who is in Yangon in China. I'm not sure about this one either. Nelly Nush. Nelly, I'm gonna say no for the moment. Nelly, if you are a real person, then please do re-add yourself to the group. Gordon Dempsey, I know you're a real person. I'm going to add you straight away. Hello, welcome to the group.
Board over here, we went to the side. Oscar.
Next person, they look like a real person. Live in Western Supermare. Oh yeah, they're definitely into RC because they've got a big Opel logo as their picture. Andy Nancolis, welcome to the RC Racing TV Facebook group. There's a lot of people to go through still, isn't there?
Okay, marching on point, please.
Once I know you, I'll pick on you.
Dropping down towards 30 seconds to the start. Here comes the start order.
Steve St. Louis. Nice, I think it's a GT12 car as the background picture. Possibly. Steve St. Louis, you are now a member of the RC Racing TV Facebook group. Next person clearly likes cameras, so Paul is very interested. Yeah, they look real. Mario Brandner. Mario, hello to you, and welcome to the RC Racing TV Facebook group. When I can click on the button.
Number 10 underway.
As our Facebook internet access is going very slowly for some reason now. We'll wait for that to load up. And once we do that, then we'll welcome a few more people into our group. Don't forget you can find us on Facebook, search for RC Racing TV and click join, and then we will welcome you into the group live on air.
Greg Williams, 21.7 on his second lap. No one else in the 21s yet. But there will be, and yes there is. Ben Jemison, 21.5. So Jimmo and Kev Lee have been dominating this lead, with Greg Williams now in the 21-second lap. Frederick Bookard, 21.9. Three of you now. Who else is going to join you? 2 minutes and 50 seconds lap, drivers.
We appear to have broken our internet here. That's not very clever. Not the actual internet that's streaming. That's fine. Just the internet that we use to do everything else. Oh, somebody has turned up at our shed. Tony, how are you doing?
I'm very well.
What are you doing here?
I'm racing. Someone said I've got to come and see you for some reason.
Was it Mr. Church?
No, it wasn't actually. How are you?
I'm good. So it's a great track here, isn't it?
I think it's amazing. I think Robin Hood Raceway have done an absolute amazing job. Absolutely. They've excelled. They really have.
They have indeed. And oh, hang on. Give you a new button.
Okay,
Oh.
all right.
So you've got some new things to do this year, haven't you? With the work you're doing here for in the RC scene.
Yes. Am I allowed to plug?
I will give you 2 minutes to plug.
Okay. Yeah.
And Nick asked for some money.
He wants money, does he?
Yeah.
Well, we as you probably are aware, we've opened up a new website. And it's dedicated just for 10th Off-Road.
Yep.
So I'll plug that now, www, as usual, brca10thoffroad.co.uk. And basically we started with all the nationals.
Yep.
And we're even covering this. I mean, obviously not to the extent that you're covering, but I'm doing a little bit of reporting on the computer, and
fantastic.
we're just letting people know what's what.
Yep.
Some odd photos and whatnot. And it's good. It seems to be popular. A lot of hits on it. So that's what it's about. It's just about promotion.
Promote
isn't
it.
it,
Get the word out there. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
And 1/10 off-road racing in the UK is very, very strong. We've got a really strong national series, haven't we? And
it has. It's probably, in a stranger way, it's probably the strongest out of all the classes in a bizarre way, because it's in depth as such.
Yep.
And of course, in the UK, as everybody knows, it's not just about Neil Cragg, Lee Martin, those kind of guys that are clearly superstars at what they do. We're very, we've got depth.
Yeah, we have indeed.
That's good.
We've got junior championships as well.
Yes,
F3, 4, 5s.
Absolutely, they're coming up in early September. So we've got the juniors, vets, and the F2s. That's at one event, and then we've got the juniors, which obviously are under 13, under 16, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
At that event, and then we've got the F3, 4, 5 formulas at another event. So again, all of that kind of information on the website. And but going back to the European Championships, it's great. I think they've so far. It's just absolutely great. The weather's been, we've been lucky with that. So
we have indeed. Yeah, fingers crossed it stays dry like this. But if it does, we know we're going to have a fantastic week.
And you
racing.
guys do an amazing job for us, so we're really grateful as well.
Thank you very much. No, it's lovely to be here, and it's nice to have.
Yeah.
We've got everything we've asked for here. We've got.
And I think we're going to have a parade, aren't we, today?
We've got the opening ceremony.
Yeah, with the opening. Is that what it is? Parade.
A parade.
Yeah. Feels like a parade.
Feels like a parade sometimes.
Absolutely, yeah. So.
Yeah. So no, it'd be good. So you're here racing.
Yes.
And
yep.
How's things going for you?
Well, whether you're aware or not, I now represent Serpent, and moved on from my, new pastures, of course, and we also distribute the product in the UK. The product is very good. We've got Yawn here, we've got Hoopo here, obviously myself, and it's becoming very popular because. The cars are good, they're easy to drive and that kind of thing, and it's just about making it aware for everybody, and people take their choices from there.
So you doing any kind of team management stuff at all with your drivers this week, or are you letting them get on with it?
Hey, listen, I'm not too sure I can team manage those two guys. they're a little bit too quick for me to team manage, but no, I mean, obviously I'm here for them if they need anything at all, then all they've got to do is ask. They know that anyway. So.
And Serpent's definitely a brand that's growing at the moment as well.
Yes,
so
it's definitely growing.
Cars out there now, and
well, our forward drive is imminent. So we've got a very good two-wheel drive, and of course, Serpent historically don't just stand still. So we're always looking for the future and see what's what. So.
Yeah.
But the same with every brand. Looking forward to the World Championships, of course.
Yeah, we got that. Are you going out to Japan yourself?
I'm not going this time round. But first things first, of course, we've got the European Championships to contend with. So
got to win that first, haven't you?
Yeah, well, it'd be nice, but so long as we're in contention, then that will be nice.
nice.
I think so. Jon's got a lot of pressure on him, I think, with his move from Durango to Serpent this year.
It's difficult for every driver to move manufacturers, but Jon, he's a very experienced driver. He knows what he's doing, and like I said before, if he needs anything, all he's got to do is ask.
Yeah. So, your personal racing this event. How are you getting on so far?
Well, I've done 22-second laps. I don't know if that's good or bad or indifferent, but when I heard sort of low 21s from Neil, I thought to myself, I think I'm getting a bit too old for this. But I'm enjoying it, and that's key with racing. So long as you're enjoying, and then you can carry on. That's for sure.
Yeah, I think that's the key thing. That's what people are. Very often forget we talk about lap times, we talk about the guys that are racing for the Euro Championship title, but actually it's about everyone else having fun here.
Of course it is, and you can possibly pick the A final in a bizarre way, because there are some outstanding drivers here, but at the end of the day there's 13 full heats because people are enjoying seeing those drivers and the atmosphere and everything that radio control car racing brings to everyone.
Absolutely. That's one of the things that I say to people about the experience of going to races overseas is having been there to race yourself, but actually seeing those other guys racing each other is always really special.
Absolutely. I think what I like about this particular event, Ollie, is that this particular event, this track doesn't get raced on. So it's all right. They had a warm up here, but there wasn't that many people at the warm up, so therefore it glazed up. It was very slippery, and you can already see that it's getting grippier. There's a blue groove. You can see the line. And it's a different kind of event all of a sudden, and it's nice when it's what I call more of a neutral ground rather than a dedicated track that there's a lot of specialists at it, if you like. So level playing field. Looking really forward to the week.
Oh, we are indeed. Yeah, I was saying earlier, in fact, that people might think that Lee and Neil in particular have been fast in the early practice rounds. Are they fast because they've been here testing a lot and racing on this track? Is it local to them because it's in the UK? That's not the case, is it?
No, it's not the case at all. And if anyone thinks that, they're very mistaken. I know those guys were here at the warm-up. That's all they've done. Bearing in mind what I said earlier on, that I now distribute as well. And we've asked the question, I certainly have anyway as an individual, is the track open for practice? The track has not been open for anybody for practice. And that's great, because like I said, it's a level playing field for everyone. Of course they look quick, but just because they're Brits doesn't mean that it's a given, if you like, because people like Savoy are here, Elliot Boots, recent 1/8 European champion, he's no slouch,
certainly not.
Savoy, Ronnefolt, these guys are super quick drivers, and nothing's given, so they've got to work hard, and they work very hard in the pits.
We're going to hopefully we'll get into the pits tomorrow, and we'll have a chat to a lot more of the drivers as we go through that.
Absolutely,
we've got two classes back to back, so 2-wheel drive at the moment, 4-wheel drive coming up later in the week.
Correct.
Have you got a preference of the two?
I've always been a lover of 2-wheel drive. I think that's I still feel it's the prime class of everything. I don't know why I feel like that, but there are a lot of countries that feel like that as well. Belgium, for example, they love their 2-wheel drives there. But I've got a good 4-wheel drive as well, so looking forward to that too.
Yeah, it's going to be it's going to be a great week of racing in both classes, and plenty of contenders. We don't want to.
I know
we're talking about a couple of guys at the moment being a bit quicker than everyone else, but I think once you start putting 5-minute runs together, things are going to change a little bit.
I think even come to the World Championships, you're still going to be talking about those particular guys because they are just so good. But like I said, nothing's given. Things break, things go wrong. You clip a pipe, break a wishbone, anything, So I'm really looking forward to the week. I really am. So hope this wind dies down a little bit.
It's getting very windy up here now. You can see the flags in the background.
It was making the big jump a little bit difficult now, because of course if the wind catches it, you're in trouble. I think it hasn't sort of got it side on yet, so if it gets it side on, it becomes a problem.
It's almost like the wind is coming towards us where we're standing, right, isn't it?
That's correct.
So it's pushing the cars over the jump.
That's correct.
Wind's obviously going to be a big factor, I guess, if it if the wind does kind
That's
of pick
correct,
up.
yeah. Like I said, I think at the moment, I mean, we're rounding off now. I'm not too sure what heat we're in, but I'm looking at Elliot. I think Elliot's up on the rostrum now. He's, I think he's around 10 or something like that. So another 3 heats to go, and we round off. And I called it a parade, but it's not a parade. It's a ceremony, isn't it? So yeah, we've got that to look forward to as well.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much for coming out here and talking to us.
It's a pleasure, guys, and thanks for everything you do for us. I really appreciate it.
Not a problem at all. We enjoy being here. It's nice for us to be here. So
we'll chat again soon.
Well, absolutely. We've got 6 days to fill, so I'm going to come. Anytime you're free and want to pop up here for a chat,
no problem.
Then please do. But yeah,
all right, guys.
Great to get some insight.
Thanks.
Tony Vodka, thank you very much, and good luck with everything this year. Thank you very much. We'll no doubt hear from Tony many times during this week. Great character here in the pits as well. Yeah, that was in fact, that was Group 11 that's just finished up. So we are very quickly moving towards the end of the day. Don't forget, if you need to leave us now, I don't know why you leave us now. We've got 2 heats to go, and these are the stars we were just talking about in these next 2 heats. If you are leaving us now, back on air tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. UK time. 10 a.m. UK time, which is not 10 a.m. in the rest of Europe, but you can probably work it out. We want to say 11. 11 CET, Central European Summertime. Because we're on British Summertime, we're not on GMT. It's very confusing. It's 10 o'clock UK time, 11 o'clock European time. Go with that. Right, so this is group number 12 about to kick off.
Okay, drivers, can I have your numbers called, please?
So we're following that first car off, which is Tom Cockrell from Great Britain. Tom works his way through the centre of the track, up onto the hill, through the flat bit, round the Orion carousel, down the back straight he goes.
This is another hot heat.
Let's go and grab one of the other guys we didn't follow last night. Let's grab Martin Bayer. Martin is the 4th car in line. Bright orange and blue tail. Onto the front side jumps now. Off the big tabletop he goes through the chicane, the number 2 car.
1.58.
Into the centre of the track, up the step up. Down the back straight, Martin Bayer with what we believe is the new prototype X-Ray 2-wheel drive buggy, and we'll find out more about that car tomorrow.
21.3, Bayer 21.9.
Bayer setting some quick lap times.
Gary 21.7. Tom
Martin Bayer there, Merck his way up through the field, passing at Orlovsky.
7. Orlowski 23.0. Carlos 23.1.
Let's go and find one of our youngsters now. Let's pick up Daniel Kobovic, the yellow and blue number 1. The first car down the back straight.
Martin, last time around,
Works way through the first infield section now, over the VRC section. Then over the big tabletop, through the step up, step off. Then the chicane over the Durango double he goes.
7 now, time's coming down.
Up the hill.
Martin Bayer 21.3.
Kobovic, the youngest driver ever to make a European Championship a final in electric buggy racing. He did that in the 4-wheel drive class last year. Going to try and notch up another one with his 2-wheel drive buggy this week.
21.09.
Driving for Team Associated, he works his way back round the Orion carousel now.
Lee Martin, 20.57. Woo-wee, that is hot.
So let's go and find our fastest man on the track now, which is Lee Martin, the car behind Daniel, the blue and orange.
Quicker than everybody else just about.
Lee Martin has put in a 20.57 second lap. That's the fastest laps we've seen so far. It works way past the cones of death.
1 minute 30 lap drivers. And Lee backs it up with a 21.03.
21.0 that time for Lee. He is definitely on it this time as he clears the big tabletop. Through the chicane he goes. Durango double. up the hill. Through the Orion carousel, down the back straight again.
20.6.
Lee Martin is on this, 20.6 that time by. About 1 minute to go in this one.
21.2. 1 minute left. Woo. 20.51. Quickest lap here today. He's smiling. That's good.
20.51 as he gets past his teammate, Mark Reinhard.
21.0. Collinson, 21.4.
Let's drop back and follow Mark for a couple of laps. Mark is the second of the two cars, going into the VRC section now. Onto the front side, first double, then over the big tabletop. The pink, blue and white colours. Last few seconds of this one, Reinhard has got a best lap of a 21.1.
21.1.
Put it in on that lap, that time by.
Time is up. Collinson, 21.1.
So use a pull off, please, after you called.
So rounding out that one, Lee Martin is the quickest person with a 20.51. First person in the 21.5s. No, also matched by Daniel Kobovic. Daniel Kobovic with 21.5, sorry. So 20.5 is the best lap so far. That's race number 12 finished up. One more heat to go today, group number 13. Hello to everyone watching along online. Hello to Matthew John Guppy. And hello to the BBT Racing guys who are watching along as well. Hello to you.
Be nice. Okay, so we've seen the quickest lap here today. 20.51. Yeah, well, I'm trying to egg him on. Just so he knows. I mean, he can tell. There you go. Got some support, Neil.
Right, one more group to go. Group 13. Final round of this free practice for today. We are back on air 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. 10 a.m. UK time, 11 a.m. European time. 2 rounds of control practice, 3 rounds of qualifying here at the two-wheel drive Euros. We are here thanks to EFRA, thanks to Team Ryan and Team Durango and the DEX210. Final group of practice in our free practice day. 1 heat to go. Thank you for being here, watching along with us. RC Racing TV, day number 1 of 6
okay, team managers from the following countries
at the Off-Road Euros. All right, let's see how these guys get on. Lots of fast ones in this one. Here we go.
Okay, team managers from the following countries to go to tech, please, and pick up the new schedule.
All right, here we go then.
Quickly, team manager.
So we're watching the first one around, which will be Renault Savoia.
Belgium and Monaco and Poland. All team managers from those countries. Go to tech, please.
Renault from France opens it up with a 22.0.
Thank you for that. The final heat of practice here for the 2015 European Championship Robin Hood Raceway. And we saw some hot laps.
Let's see how they cock these ones up. 21-second laps for everyone at the moment. Ronafelt with a 21.2 is fastest. 21.1 from Neil Craig that time.
21.4, Savoia 21.7, Stafford 21.7, Hupo 22.1. Hopper 21.9, Yardi 22.9, Yuna 22.8.
So Neil Craig down the back straight is the fastest man at the moment with a 21.1. Still got to go some to beat Lee Martin's lap time.
3 minutes left, drivers. Stafford 21.3. Crag, 21.12. Una, 21.7.
So, about 2 minutes or so to go in this one. Ronnefalk, Stafford and Cragg are the fast guys. 21.1 still from Neil Cragg as the fastest lap. 21.4 from Savoya. 21.3 from Stafford.
Yardy, 22.3.
Let's grab Jorn Neumann, our defending champion. He works way off the end of the back straight through the first infield. Getting hooked up on a pipe there, over the VRC section, then turning left. First front side double, then the big tabletop. The yellow, red with a black rear wing and fluorescent yellow wheels. Up the hill, past the cones of death. Round the Orion section, onto the back straight again.
So Ronnefalk.
Jorn Neumann has the best lap of a 21.0.
For Mr. Ronnefalk from Sweden. Yardy, 21.7.
Hot lap now goes to Ronnefalk with a 20.7.
Stafford, 21.3.
Neumann going over the Durango double. You got Neil Cragg behind him now. 21.3 best for Neil. In fact, best lap 21.3 for a lot of drivers. Neumann puts in a 21.0. So they are closing in on Lee Martin's time. But we're into the final minute now, so not a lot of time left.
21.2. Newman, 20.97.
It's about 30 seconds to go.
Una, 21.1.
Last 10 seconds there in this one. Still 20.97 is the 20.7 from Ronnefalk is the best. 20.97 from Neumann.
Una, 21.13.
Time winding down in this one. Everyone on about their last lap now.
21.1.
So final heat of practice winding down now. Best lap times in that one. Ronnefalk 20.7. Neumann with a 20.9. No one I don't think is going to beat that on their last lap, are they? We're waiting for the last few cars to come through. No one does, which means the fastest man at the end of today is Lee Martin, who I'm going to go and quickly try and grab a word with. If I can climb over the bout, that's not going to work. Shall I jump? No, I'll go this way.
Don't kill yourself in the first.
Don't kill myself on the first day. Lee's coming anyway.
Okay, so
So,
15 minutes.
Lee Martin,
Opening ceremony starts.
that went well at the end, didn't it?
Yeah, it was all right. It's only practice, but it was good fun.
It's most important to win practice though, isn't it?
Always.
Always win practice. So what's the plan for the rest of the week?
Bring it over.
Pretty much the same. Just yeah, keep an eye on the weather, the tyres, make sure they're all kind of scrubbed in where we need them to be, and try and keep doing the same, really.
Well, congratulations on the speed you've shown today. Tomorrow's where it kind of starts counting though, really. 2 rounds of controlled practice, then 3 rounds of qualifying. It's going to be about tyres a bit as well, isn't it, as we go through it?
Yeah, I don't think it's it's not going to be too difficult to get the tyres where we want them. We just need to make sure they don't go over the cliff, because it's basically to do with our front tyres, and we've never really had a track that wears them, but you need to use them. Normally if you have a high tyre wear, you'd switch to a different tyre, but we feel that it's the best tyre. So we've never really gone over the cliff with the rib tyre, so we don't know when the breaking point is. So as long as we're prepared and we have another set ready, so when it does go over, we're there. We don't know if it ever will, but yeah, it's just going to be about that. So as long as we're set up, which we seem to be now, I don't think it's going to be a problem.
There we go. So then it's going to all come down to Wednesday finals day in two-wheel drive and Saturday finals day in four-wheel drive. So we look forward to that and we'll see if your speed can carry through.
Yeah, hopefully. I don't like to tempt fate or anything. Hopefully it keeps going all right. I just want to try and do well, so that's good.
Excellent. Well, Lee Martin, congratulations, fast man on practice day. You can join us from 10 o'clock tomorrow morning as we start qualifying. Qualifying kicking off around about lunchtime. 2 rounds of control practice first. Join us from 10 o'clock UK time, 11 o'clock European time. We will see you then. Thanks for watching today. Bye bye.
Sorry, we watched a picture. How many viewers did you get today, or when you find out?